This week's episode of the Dummies Podcast is brought to you by Top It, the new social app that allows you to create a skilled, funny, or exciting challenge to go head-to-head with friends, rivals, and celebrities. You can watch other users' challenges and vote for who you think should win. Top It. It's a new app for creatives to engage the world by showing them who is up next. Create, compete, trend. Join the challenge. Download for free in your app store.
Dummy.
There's no one answer to how you change the hood or change the reality of what goes on. But what you gotta think about is when you don't have resources, you in survival mode. You know, so being in survival mode automatically rules out a lot of things because you don't care about morality, because you don't experience morality. You experience, the need to survive. You don't experience, fairness. You don't experience planning for the future. So I think once you get out of the survival mode, your morals come back closer to your daily decision making. You start thinking about what's right and what do I believe in. But until you get out of survival mode, you ain't got time to be worrying about right and wrong. You worrying about bottom line.
Man, I had plans on coming in here, man, and I know we all did, coming in here and starting right with Mexico. But we lost the icon. We lost the legend. We lost a community activist, a rapper, a father, a man who was, so into his family, man, and so into his community. We lost Nipsey Hussle, man. It's been I don't want to say it's, I guess that, any life lost is a life lost. But this one just hurt and cut so much different, man. I don't know how y'all feel, but we was in Mexico and we was chilling and then that just flashed across the screen and you couldn't believe what you was reading. And then to see the videos, you couldn't believe what you was seeing. And just to think somebody of his stature, man, for it to go down like that, man, nothing about it felt right. It still don't feel right. I don't think it's gonna feel right for a long time, man. And just to see the outpouring coming from LA to Houston to Detroit, even Birmingham lit up the city blue in Nipsey honor, man. And I don't know, man. I'm really at a loss still. I've been bumping so much Nipsey even before, but since I can't stop listening to it. And as I'm listening to it, I can't stop getting like even emotional thinking about it. Like, damn, I don't know how y'all feel. I don't want to keep going on, but where y'all at, man?
Man, everybody has said, gave them all the accolades, and they are well deserved. Like you said, it just, it was different. Like you see people, we just unfortunately see people that pass all the time and like, oh damn, that's fucked up. And you just keep on going by your day. This one like, damn, this shit real. I remember when I first seen him, he got shot. I'm like, damn, all right, he'll pull through. Maybe it was, not fatal or whatever. But then just to see 30, 45 minutes later that it was fatal, yeah, that shit was like, I never knew him or whatever, but it was just like you could see that he was a good brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely one of those situations where it's like time stood still when you first got that info.
Yeah, it did.
You know what I'm saying? I can remember when Pac and Big died. Like, I was around for that.
Yep.
To me, it felt the exact same way when that news broke.
Yep.
Like, no, it was almost unbelievable.
It was unbelievable.
Right.
True.
Here's a guy that's, regardless of the, his gang affiliation, here's a person that's doing everything right within the community for his people. And when I say his people, it's not just blacks. It's people of Slauson and Crenshaw's area. People coming out of jail, he giving them jobs. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I just, overall, we did lose a great brother. And like you said, you were bumping it all week. I have too. And I've not only been bumping it, it's just like I've been kind of listening to what he's saying deeper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Yeah, I'm still at a loss. Like when my wife cried, I knew it was like something different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I really don't know how to. I don't know what's the perfect response or answer to that question. Like, how do you feel about it? Because it's crazy. Because it's just something like you don't know if you're gonna say the wrong thing. I don't want to say the wrong thing. And,
Right.
You know, you got to be cautious in these situations and just thoughtful in these situations. You know what I'm saying? You want to go out here and say the wrong things to offend anybody. But to me, like you were saying, like it felt like Pac and Biggie to you. To me, it felt worse.
Worse.
Because I related more.
That.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I related more. He's a father, a provider.
Right.
He's giving back, doing things for people. He speaks on injustices and justices, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Trying to get things in the right direction. So, I don't know, man. It's just a tough one for me, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, and I think touching on what you saying, my bad. I don't know if it's so much for me that I think when Biggie and Tupac died, we were so much younger.
Yeah.
Right.
We
You know
didn't
what I mean?
relate
We
as
wasn't
much.
like we was young kids. You know what I mean? We didn't even understand. But like
We the same age now.
right now to understand how old, like, you know, we all the same age as him, pretty much. And we know how hard it is to make it now. You know what I mean? Like then we thought, oh man, you know, it was the whole world was ahead of us, and you know what I'm saying? But then you realize how hard it is to make it to certain points. And then here's a young man that made it to that point. And not only that, he was like when you can employ people, I don't care what kind of business you got. When
Right.
you can employ people
Right.
and help give them a way of life and a way to live, that's big.
Right.
And then when you doing that in your own community, you know, you got all these millions of dollars. You ain't doing that shit in Beverly Hills.
Right.
Right.
You ain't moved to Miami and go
Right.
do that shit for a whole nother community.
The place
Right.
You
you
doing that shit in the same community that brought you up, man.
Right.
And another thing that's hard for me is think about your family and what your wife or your girl would be without you.
Right.
Yeah.
How they
Right.
survive.
And that's
so-
exactly where I was going when I said that.
Yeah.
And she brought it to my attention. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to
Like,
the
think
wife.
about the kids, man.
Right.
Yeah.
She asked that question to me recently. Like, what do you want your legacy to be? You know what I'm saying? And looking at his, I mean, you literally, even
You gotta do
nobody
something.
has nothing negative or bad to say about him. When the LAPD speak out, like when they hear about your death, and they're like,
When the cops in general,
right,
say
that's
they're
what I'm
not a
saying.
rapper,
They're
you know
like
what I'm saying?
him. That and it's unbelievable to them. That lets you know what kind of individual you're dealing with right there.
I think it was just a little different from Tupac and Biggie because they died like real young. They was talking about what they was going to do,
Right.
but he actually did it.
Yeah.
That
Like
a
it
fact.
was, you know, years later they probably would have did some of the same
Right.
things
And-
maybe, but he
Yeah.
did. It was
Yeah.
proof.
Right.
And you know what's
And he
crazy?
was doing more.
What's sick crazy with me is, you know, I see a lot of people saying that like, oh, now everybody want to be Nipsey fans and stuff. And I'm gonna be all the way honest and
So what?
transparent.
Stupid.
Like, yeah, I don't think that matters. If you want to be, if you just became a fan yesterday, man,
right.
if you want to get that man his props, give his props. But I think what I wanted to say was, I came a Nipsey fan late. I'm not gonna lie. I listened to it when it first came out. You know what I mean? I listened to the Crenshaw albums and the old mixtapes and all those things, but they didn't sit with me.
Right.
Once I became hooked on the last album, you know what I mean? And we started the praise, and I was like, man, this shit's so live. It made me go back again and revisit them old ones, and I started realizing.
Right.
And now that man is gone, and you listen to all of the stuff that he was preaching in his raps, like you said, that man actually did. He started saying some of this stuff so long ago. He
Yeah,
came in the
statement,
game
right. That's what-
rapping
Talking about
about
what
the
he gonna do.
marathon. He came in the game
Right.
rapping about investments. He came in the
Right.
game
Listen to
talking
him.
about changing his community and changing the mindset of the community. He was on one of them songs on Crenshaw. He was talking about having properties in Atlanta.
In Atlanta, right.
You know what I mean? Like just
Right.
all of this stuff that he was talking about, that he was preaching. I saw an interview where he was saying that he wanted to get to the youth. He went to one of the worst elementary schools statistically in the community, and he put stuff all over the basketball court and all over their playground, like pride, respect,
Right.
integrity.
That's dope.
He putting all that stuff on it. He had hired somebody to go paint because he felt like I need to get to them when they're young, because you know when we was younger, sometimes maybe we was shown the wrong ways.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to show them the right ways. I want to teach them about money and investments. And I just think that, man, what he was doing was just so dope, and And to me, I really think that he left a blueprint.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
Yeah, he's
That's exactly
leaving
what
a blueprint.
Right.
I think that's what me and Young Dales are just now outside on the balcony talking about it. He say he do something every summer, and I like that's something we'll damn sure be with. Like, you know what I'm saying, he give with a church or somewhere in the hood, give back book bags, give back something, just doing
Right.
something for the kids, something for the community. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of things like this make you want to get out and do.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, it had to happen this way, but you know, it makes you want to get out and be better and help the youth.
And not to like when they say this, and I hope this don't.
No,
come
we're
off the
not
wrong-
doing it because of that. You know?
Right? No. What I'm saying is like how they say sometimes, like when you say, "What would be your legacy?"
Right.
I feel like if I can leave this earth and I inspire people to continue doing things like what you just said,
Right.
or I make other rappers or other people say,
Great
like we
legacy.
saw all them gangs put the flags down and everybody rolling with
Right,
each other.
riding
If
together,
I can
yeah.
die and do that, like to me, like I feel like I've lived a fruitful life.
Right.
So I don't know, man.
I mean, he was just. Yeah, and then ownership. Like, man, we need to own our own shit.
Yeah,
like, he
yeah.
had his own masters at 33.
Early.
You don't do
33.
that.
Early.
Like, you remember when he had the album sold for $100?
Yep.
That's very rare. And it was
Yeah.
only 100 copies, I want to say. It was 100
No,
copies.
I think he sold like 1,000 or 10,000.
It was a limited amount of copies.
Yeah.
It was either 100 or 1,000, but he sold them for 100.
But he was like, this is what I'm worth. I don't need that master pill. This is what I'm worth.
And you know what
Fuck with
happened?
me.
Right.
Every last one of them sold.
And you know what?
Yeah.
You know what's so crazy? You know, talking to people. I've had a lot of people say like, "Oh man, that was the dude y'all was talking about on the podcast a couple of months ago,
Right.
About having the best album and
That's
all that
right.
different stuff." And so a lot of people now are going back and kind of looking at interviews, and they starting to see who he was and who his character was, and I think it's starting to hit them a whole different kind of way.
Right.
Because
And it's crazy, man. Like, just listening to some of the rhymes, some of the lyrics, and some of the things he said. He said something specifically about his homeboy. He gangbanged all of these years, made it out, and at 30-something, he died and did this happen.
Yeah.
At 30-something.
Yeah. And I was watching something, I want to say it was Jay Prince. And Jay Prince was just saying how, you know, he commends that man for not being scared to go back into that community. You see what I'm saying? Like, well, other people, man, I made it, I ain't going nowhere now.
Right.
Jay Prince say, like, people like that, and, you know, Jay Prince talked about that in his book. I go back into this community knowing what could happen to me. You know what I mean? Like, at any point, somebody might want to get some stripes or might want to get me, but that don't stop me from going back.
Going back
And that's
and
what he
doing
was
what
saying
I'm
with
doing.
Nipsey. Like,
Right.
he give him even more respect because he knows what could possibly happen being in that environment, but yet he still goes.
And you know the crazy thing about that, he would have never been there. Like, it was said that he was there because he got a phone call, just like sporadic. Like, we all are sporadic at a time. Like, you may be doing something else. I call you, be like, all right, I'm on the way. That's what happened. Somebody got out. He was like, I'm finna lace you with something. Go to the store to get it. And this incident happened.
And that's crazy.
You know what I'm
And he ain't had time. Yeah,
He
he
had
said
time,
that.
you know
It was
what
his
I'm saying?
homeboy had got
To
out of jail.
saying? Right.
And he was
So-
just there to give him some clothes, gonna
Right.
be in and out. He ain't have enough time, call security,
Right.
do all that. But it's crazy. Everybody's like, why he ain't had no security? It's fucked up that you need security to be in your own store.
There you go.
Yeah.
And it's
That's
crazy.
just, we live in a fucked up society that hood that you gotta do that.
But you know, I look at it like
At
this.
that point, it's different.
Yeah, I look at it like this, and
Unfortunately, but it is.
I mean, it's different and you all know it, but it shouldn't be that way.
Well, I agree. But
yeah, it definitely shouldn't be.
But
Now, I can understand, nigga trying to rob you or something, try to come up, but this was like a murder. Like, he ain't want shit else. He ain't on his pockets. He just wanted to kill
But see,
him.
but that may be true. But it was all because I don't want your company. I pray that I never have a nigga around me like that. I don't want to be around you, so you are that mad that I don't want you around me, so you want to kill me?
I don't know, man. I just think it's real horrible, man, that even in his death, this is just a speak to his character. Even in his death, he was performing a kind act.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
That's why I was alluding back to. Yeah, man. That's
We could be so barbaric, man.
Yeah, man.
And we say that. I've said this a lot.
I won't say
Like,
we. Like
When I say
some
we,
people,
I'm
I don't
talking
know
about people.
I don't know how they can do it, because me personally,
people.
I couldn't do it. 'cause
Yeah, like
I just couldn't.
I
And I don't see how you could or how anyone could. That shit
Yeah,
crazy.
nobody
I just
ever
don't
made me that
understand.
mad.
Like I like, and we've talked about this before on this podcast. I don't understand how you can be so upset at somebody that you want to kill them. Like, well, I understand what they thinking or how they feel or what they be thinking in their mind, but I don't like. I couldn't do it because like at the end, I'm a kill you, and then what's gonna happen?
You gonna
I'm
go to jail.
and I'm gonna go.
You basically kill yourself too.
Lay
Yes.
right. I'm
Losing 2
taking
lives.
myself from my family too. Like
Right.
it just crazy.
He basically put
And I-
Nipsey life above his.
And
Cause like you, it's no way you knew that you was getting away from that.
And that brings on another question though, or another topic about maybe it's a mental condition. Who knows?
Man,
I'm not gonna
I
say.
can't-
I'm not with that
I'm not
mental.
gonna
I'm
give you
not with
that.
that mental.
You don't know that because we can't speak for people with mental conditions because we apparently don't have
This is
them.
true.
So you can't speak on that like that.
This is
Well-
true, but I'm not gonna give him that out.
I'm not either, but I'm saying I don't know as well.
I'm not
You never
trying
know.
to. I'm not
either.
trying to like cut nobody off or none of that shit. But I don't even want to talk about him.
Gotcha.
I don't.
I'm with you on that. I'm
we
with
don't.
you. I'm
We,
with
it's,
you. I'm with
it's so much unknown, man. I just want to talk about how great Nip was and how much he did. Because all that other shit, we'll get in the weeds and we don't know where we going.
Right.
Cause
Yeah.
cause it's a lot of weird shit with that, but we ain't going there. You know what I mean? Like I just think we just need to celebrate a man who was doing so much, man, who inspired so many people as you look up. I know, we might even be saying the same shit, but that's just how we felt about the man.
Yeah, and I think it was just one of those emotional things. You know what I'm saying? Like you so pissed off at this man
Yeah.
for taking.
You just
know what I'm
you
saying,
go
this
there
man.
without knowing it.
You just
know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
you
It was,
kinda
it was just
subconsciously.
amazing to me. I mean, I know he was a celebrity, but like how so many people had personal reaction. Stories
Yeah, like
about
I
him.
know, that's
Right,
my homeboy.
right.
To me, that was my home. Like
I was not like the club pictures, but it was like real pictures that's
Like,
never
no.
been posted. and
Right.
But that go to show you, like, it speaks volumes of who I think he was. You know what I mean? I've never met him, but like, I honestly first got on him because of Lil Mike. And I remember Lil Mike used to be out there and had pictures with him when he was first, like the first mixtapes and come up. You know what I'm saying? That's what made me like, who is this nigga from the West Coast, blah, blah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He used to be showing love. And that just like, a nigga can come from Alabama way out here and you fuck with him, take pictures, shoot the shit with, and I thought that was dope. You know what I
Right.
mean? So that just go to show you, like, when you keep seeing all these people with their pictures and things with them, like, I just think that was the kind of person.
It's
he
something
Right.
about
seemed
little
to be.
light skinned niggas. They put you on the music. Because damn sure Scholar, damn sure put me on the Nipsey in like 2008, 2009. Me, Mark, and Weezy was staying together.
Yeah.
And I want to say they had like a hurricane or some shit. No, them niggas came and stayed with us. And that's all that nigga was blasting.
That's
that
all
was
he-
back
yeah.
in 2009, something like that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Because him and Wiz Rise was kind of
Simultaneous.
Wiz,
Simultaneous.
Currency,
And all them boys
all
together.
they was in
Right.
that same look kind of
class.
class.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I just feel
Rest
like,
in peace, Nip, man. You gonna live forever. You gonna always get new fans, and the people who say, if you wasn't a Nipsey fan, then don't become one now. Then you're stupid because how else would all of these legends continue to be legends?
Yeah.
So
Right.
more Nipsey fans keep coming, man. It's
just
dope
prayers
music.
to his family, man, his kids.
Yeah, Lauren, kids.
And that was another thing we talked about on this podcast. Remember the time we was having a conversation, we was talking about older black men such as our fathers or grandfathers, you know what I'm saying, who for whatever reason, whether it was the crack epidemic, the drugs, getting locked up or dying, never being able to pass that knowledge down to the next set.
Generation.
And that was theirs. Theirs was the drugs and the things. Unfortunately, ours is guns.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
Ours is guns.
Yeah. So we lost a great person, man.
Rest in peace, Nip, man.
Yeah.
rest in peace, Nip.
The marathon still continues, too.
Believe that. I don't even know where we go after that. Like I don't even know how to transition. We sorry if we don't have a great transition from that. Cause it just was so much in that. But I don't know. Where we go?
I mean, it should be hard to change from it because you should feel this type of way.
Yeah.
It ain't no just
Definitely.
news story.
You know
It's
what?
emotions
You know
behind
what?
this.
Let's stop. This is how we're going to start. We're going to keep all this in there. Go ahead and start it. You know what I'm saying? Introduce the podcast, man.
I still ain't introduced it.
There you go.
You did
know what I'm
not.
saying? It's time. We could do it right now.
You
Go.
did not.
Oh yeah, hold up.
We
Let's
keeping
start
all
back
this?
on.
Nah, I want
No,
to
keep it.
Oh, y'all want to keep that? Oh, fucking right. Okay, well, here we go.
Content creators.
Hey, look, you're tuning in to the Dummies Podcast. I'm Stock.
I'm Joe.
I'm tall.
And I'm motherfucking Hootie, nigga.
And we back like we fuck, Bobby. We back like we never left. Cause like I say every week, we never leave, but we did leave last week for a little minute. We went to Viva La Mexico. Yeah, we took a week off. This is episode 28. It's April the 6th. And we back in this thing, man. Yeah, we took the week off. I had to go get hitched. like the old folks say.
He jumped the broom.
Nigga when it got hitched.
He stomped on the glass.
Yeah, so we went down to Mexico, man, and Cancun to be exact, Dreams. We had a great grand time. We learned a lot on this trip. I'm gonna tell you one of the things I learned off the top. I learned that everybody at this table ain't getting the same kind of money from the podcast.
I ain't got no Gucci flip-flop.
My man came down that
Versace
thing.
shirt.
Joe came out that thing with some Gucci flip-flops. My man had about 5 Versace shirts.
Versace.
My man, I'm talking about every day he killed us with something different.
With
Hey, man.
the light blue linen.
Hey man, this podcast money pay all right.
I feel you. Look, let me in.
So look, we go to breakfast. He just moses on in from wherever he came from. I'm like, where you came from? Oh, I went to breakfast somewhere else. Oh, like now we at a resort that's just way secluded. Like ain't no getting off that. Be like you got to purposely get off of that. My man came from a whole nother location. They had a whole different breakfast set up for my man.
Where you went, cuz?
A breathless, another resort.
See?
Just check them out.
You see what I'm saying?
Was it cool though?
You
Was it
frequent
cool?
It might be a
Mexico,
Dummies, vacation.
Like they say that what they been saying all week that podcast check hit a little different for certain people.
Can't get right account. Man. Stop sending that nigga the cash apps.
Hey.
But nah, we had a good time, man. Shit, what else?
I had a blast, man. My shit started as soon as I got off the plane, nigga. Got off the plane. I'm in my phone trying to check which gate I need to go to or where we need to go to. And it was like a wall, but it just was a top wall. So at the bottom, there's no wall. And I'm looking down, looking in my phone. Nigga, I walked into the shit head first. Big white spot on my glasses and everything. Goddamn, fresh off the plane. Grace was like, what you doing? You drunk as fuck? I was like, you damn right.
My boys was getting drunk in the airport.
Shit, nigga, before I boarded, I was drunk. And the whole way up, me and Rock on a flight taking shots.
Shit, when I got there, I driving. Like I had about 4 beers in about 30 minutes. You know, it was only about a 22-minute ride from the airport to there.
That nigga had
My
a
man
list.
just kept giving me beers.
It's no offense, but it's something about Mexicans and packing shit in. That nigga had a little bitty book bag. He said, who want a beer? It was like 10 of us on the van. Who want a beer? My man had a little handbag and pulled about 19 bills out that bitch and gave everybody one.
Bitches probably was lukewarm, but hey.
They would.
My
They
boy
were still
said he had
sweating.
Man, speaking of Rock don't need no shots. My boy
Rock
almost
don't
got
need-
left in Mexico.
That nigga need to
That
go
nigga
to,
got left.
what is it, AA, AAA? He need all these.
My man left his passport on the boat.
on the boat.
That nigga
Man,
crazy.
we took a little boat ride, my nigga. That nigga left his book bag on the boat. We went. The next morning, he about to get ready to leave. My man look up and realize he left his passport on the boat.
And walk around that
Gee.
bitch like everything.
Like,
all
well,
good.
everything was
everything.
okay.
Everything
Everybody
is
else
gonna be
tripping.
all right.
Rock just
We more worried for him than himself.
My man ain't got no wallet. He ain't got no passport, so he ain't got no money or no passport, no ID, no nothing.
Y'all ain't see when Rock fell out sitting down.
Yeah.
At the table, my man fell out at the table, pulled everything off the table. Nigga, drinks went flying everywhere.
Oh, I was sitting there. I saw it. Rock, what the fuck is you doing?
My boy
The
Mark
sand is
on
right
top-
there. Just fall.
I ain't want to tell him sit down no more. I want to nigga stand up. You can't sit down no more.
My boy Mark on top of the table.
Mark
got on top of the table about 3 times.
Mark on
But
top.
everybody messing me by him. He was having a good time, wasn't it?
My boy had a blast, guys.
Yeah,
I loved
sir.
every minute.
I
of
loved
it.
every second of it. They was like, you ain't gonna tell him to get down? I was like, fuck no.
I didn't-
It's the end of it too.
Yeah, nah,
I don't
let
see
him
how
relax.
that
He could break
table
He could
then-
break that bitch if he
Then
want
flip
to.
over. Like, and he was on the edge of that bitch.
The
just
table didn't
rocking.
flip over, but the chair did. That Mac stood up in it.
Mac tried to join.
Hey, my man had sand evenly
That
dispersed
shit was
across
perfect.
his face.
And they had
Perfectly.
somebody under the sand drawing him.
Man, that nigga, he tried to jump on the table, on the chair, get up there with Mark, flipped over and landed face first.
In the
No
sand.
hands or nothing, right in the sand.
Did y'all hear the first thing he said when he got up?
What?
He popped up head full of sand. I ain't drunk.
I was recording, so all I saw was a big ass smile on his face, goddamn.
Yeah, so if you follow the Dummies page, you probably saw a lot of this shit from different pages.
and we gonna repost. it.
Yeah, that's how all that went, man.
We had a blast.
But all in all, we had a great time, man. I just appreciate everybody from coming out, the text messages, the calls, all that shit, man. It just was a great grand time, man. And I appreciate. I felt like it was an experience. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't, just a 4-hour wedding and then you're done. I just felt like it kept going on and on, and
It's gonna
everybody
be
was able to-
lifelong memories, though.
Yeah, have a good grand time. So
And shouts out to Ken Garrett, man. My man got a little seasick. Then he had a little
Oh,
episode.
Rock wasn't the only thing that left
Had
some on
that little
that boat.
baby,
Yeah,
got
my
that
boy
baby
did get
stomach.
sick.
Yeah,
My boy had to get I forgot about that. My boy was in the back. They had to pull out the little stretcher. My man had a little IV going
I
back
ain't
there.
have that.
Yeah,
took
you
a
did.
2-hour nap.
My nigga had
Oh,
to
yeah. I did take
My
that
nigga had a little IV going back that hole. Now,
Sick, bro.
Hey, the
man-
Mexican nigga brought, well, whatever he was. Sorry, Mexican guy. But he brought a jug of cool water that poured on my head. I was like, ooh.
Did it work?
Hell yeah. I tipped that nigga $20.
Wow.
I knew it. I forgot. You know how like when you get married and you ask for advice and stuff, you know what I mean? You want to get advice.
Don't do that no more.
Nah, I mean, like, no, for real. Like, you know your homeboys like to give you advice about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, somebody didn't have to give me advice. They gave me a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
My man, we went to breakfast, and they didn't have no bacon. So I saw what a husband was supposed to do.
Slap a nigga.
No, it was no bacon, nowhere to be found for about a good 45 minutes. My man went to the back, Joe went to the back. He was gone for about 30 minutes and came back with a big pan of bacon. My man went back that bitch and
pan.
fried the bacon. that nigga skipped the pig, fried the bacon, and came back. And what was crazy, Courtney said, my baby gonna come back with bacon. My boy came back with a big pan. Who want bacon? I was like, okay, I see what you gotta do to be a husband. I got
This nigga keep talking about this goddamn bacon.
I'm make
Shit.
sure you got to come on all my trips, cause
Why?
you the Renaissance man, goddamn. You making it happen. My man know what to wear. Goddamn, he know how to get the bacon. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you, my nigga.
Oh, my boy set me up so bad. Come on, man, we finna go to this restaurant.
You got
I put on my little clothes and shit. I'm thinking I'm fresh. I walked to the restaurant. The people said, halt.
big hand in your chest.
They said, halt. Now, they didn't say stop. Halt. I was like, what the fuck going on here? My man just walked through the door and looked down at me. Shit. He was looking at me to see what Buddy gonna say. Buddy said, man, you ain't got no pants on. Kangaroo like, yeah, see, you ain't got no pants on.
Barry taught me a lesson. Barry like, them can't get right. They'll leave you, cuz. Cause he left Barry and them too at a restaurant. He's like, well, Barry, shit, we'll holler at you.
That's the same one.
The same way you ain't even tell my man he couldn't get in.
Right.
That's the same one. I ain't remember until I got there.
Man,
next day.
That nigga said, halt, can't get right. Looked at me. He walked past. He looking at me like Buddy, like he part of the goddamn stop.
Yeah, he can't get in.
Yeah,
I was like, that's when I remembered. Because that shit that happened to me before.
I could tell he pulled out his pants just cut them whole with like some bell bottom khaki. I saw the bottom of them hoes.
Capris, goddamn.
He tried to put them on.
Them
with
capris
J's.
like the picture, goddamn.
No,
like
no,
Fabo.
no.
We sorry. All right, we'll change the subject. But my man know what to wear. He the Renaissance man. Goddamn. You need to go on the trip, can't get right.
Hey,
He'll start a
I
fire.
can't wait to go again.
He'll build a fort,
I
all
ain't
that
building
shit
no
for you.
fire. I know what I do miss, them goddamn Capriñas.
Capareña.
Boy, I said that shit wrong one time. That nigga gave me a pink frosted drink. I said, oh no. Oh no. I can't let nobody take a picture with this pink shit in front of
Yeah,
me.
man, we
I
had
got you.
fun.
You had a
man.
DJ drink, goddamn?
If y'all don't know, man, if you ever go somewhere,
Capriña.
ask for a capareña. That shit was so good. I don't know. Man, we walked up, Cooks had one. We was like, man, what that is?
What's in it?
Capareña.
What's
Man,
in it?
that's all we drunk the whole time.
What's
Man,
in
you
it?
know,
I
had a
ain't
couple-
had number some fucking Jim Beam.
I want to say,
and
yeah, this
tequila,
nigga was drinking
tequila, though.
Jim Beam shots.
Jim
I was
Beam
like,
and
this
tequila.
nigga is wild.
I was just drinking. I wasn't shooting them. I was drinking them.
Oh, yeah, you was. I fucked her out a shot, man. I said,
Yeah,
ooh.
no, I was like, what you doing? You got to take your time with this nasty shit. You got to take your time, cuz.
You get to jump in the
my
water.
steppops put me on that, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas, y'all be pouring shots, just sip your shot.
I ain't tell you why my boy sitting over there laughing at all the shit, man. I ain't gonna tell the whole thing.
Young
You know what I'm
Tilson?
saying? That's just for me and my boy. But my boy sent me a long goddamn scroll. I'm sending you a 4-page letter.
You had to flip the page?
Man, that nigga sent me a 4-page letter about this long right here. I was like, damn, my nigga proud of me. Ain't it? That nigga sent big long text.
In 2-point font. Got 6 pages in 2-point
that
font.
bitch said continue. I had to
Y'all ain't never seen the next button in the text messages, guys.
I felt everywhere. I was like, man, my boy got there. He was crying over that.
You ready to-
He was crying through
He
the
had
text.
to be.
He put the
man,
emojis
chill
in that
out,
bit
bro.
to cry.
He had to be.
My boy
Chill
pulled
out.
me to the side like, look here, this is what you need to know.
Chill out, man. Chill
Like, and you know when you be drunk and you got to get serious and pay attention? So you like,
Damn, I feel,
damn, okay, Tom.
But the
I
thing,
feel like a terrible friend then. Because
But no-
I don't tell you what's going to happen
Oh,
until after it
yeah, you
happens.
know, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I
you
could have
not a
told you
good
that was going to
friend
happen.
No, yeah.
Told you that was going to
That
happen.
nigga, that a
I
horrible.
say you're not a good friend anyway.
Don't
That's
ever
gonna
follow in Hootie footsteps.
I'm the
Ever.
best friend you can
Now,
have.
now I will say, Courtney had left some behind, and Hootie came, picked it up, and brought it.
Hey, he a sneaky good friend.
Yeah, like when you absolutely need them, Okay.
That's the only time you need me.
No. It just be.
I feel-
he want to be. It's real sneaky now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a sneaky good
I
friend.
don't know what you mean.
What you mean?
I'm a
Just
great
like
guy.
you'll be thinking like, nah, who ain't gonna
Who
do
ain't
this
finna
shit?
do
And
that?
he'll
Yeah.
do some nice shit. You be like, oh, that's
You'll do the stuff that the average person be like, man, I ain't doing that.
right.
But you'll do that.
but the shit that you
the regular
ask him
shit, like, yeah.
Fuck that shit.
The regular shit you can do your goddamn self.
But if I'm asking you to do it, I probably need some help.
Like, who, where you at? Getting something to eat? Oh, man, grab me something. Fuck you. And he really would not
You
bring
ain't
it.
ate in about 3 days.
And he really would not bring it.
I've learned. I don't know where I read it, but it's one thing from the 48 Laws of Power, and it was like, in order to take advantage of someone, make them come to you. So when somebody asks me for something they don't really need, that's how I be feeling.
Yeah, I got you.
48 Laws of
Don't
Power.
listen to
But
none of them.
you much better. But I will say you wouldn't goddamn bring me to a restaurant that you know I couldn't get it.
I might want to laugh.
No, I promise y'all I wouldn't
If
have
I
did
do,
that.
I'm not gonna leave you.
I'm almost kick the door in that bitch. Nigga over there talking about some halt. If you don't get
But I didn't feel bad because we had our second dinner
Was this
that
before
night.
or after the wedding? This was before or after the wedding? Because I was gonna
that was
after.
Saturday.
That was Sunday. It was after the boat.
No, that was the boat because we were dead.
shit. Nigga
Everybody
should have put them wedding
Man,
pants on.
Huh?
Should have went put them wedding pants on.
Because I had to go change. I thought them niggas was gonna change and come back, but they just
Nigga,
revolted or some shit.
I didn't have no pants.
You should have put, like I said.
Well, I'd put that shit
now
right.
hindsight, I
Yeah.
know now, but man, fuck that. I was mad. You halted me, goddamn. Halt.
That was only the first dinner, and that shit was trash.
We went into Mexico. We had went into Mexican restaurant, El Patio.
I never got to go to the Mexican
said El
restaurant. Ooh,
Patio.
My God.
Oh, my God.
What goddamn big
Shit.
That nigga got forearms over there. That nigga been doing curls.
Boy, that bitch start flying.
Hold on, we
goddamn.
gotta take a break on that one. Hold on, we gotta get that nigga. Hold on. And yeah, we back. We had to punch in, man. We had a unsolicited guest, goddamn.
The wildlife came in this bitch.
It was a big ass water bug. That nigga had on some swim trunks and flip flops, goddamn.
That nigga opened the door and walked in his bitch.
Hey, we in Alabama, and if you in Alabama, you know it's getting hot. So them big ass tree roaches be the size of Hooter. Yeah, that's what just came in that bitch. That nigga looked at us like, what y'all got going?
Like we was in
Nigga, we ain't
his
got no
face,
guest
goddamn.
today.
And my man wanted to speak.
Right. He wanted to get on the goddamn
What the
podcast.
fuck we was talking about?
That nigga asked me for
Mexico.
my business card, goddamn.
Man, we ain't talking about balling out. Cooks, though. My man was...
What he did?
That nigga was balling on them damn. He had cabanas for everybody.
But hey, you get a cabana. You could have that nigga with cabana Oprah out that
My boy
bitch.
said about 6 free cabanas.
6 free got the free 99. Just sit here for 2
I
hours.
was like, damn, Cooks is a hell of a friend.
Man, hey, but you know what?
Until I checked out.
But he's still a hell of a friend for that, because he went sat in that shit for 2 hours.
I mean, you got me. I mean, I don't know, but my boy came to me, hey, don't worry about nothing. I got you on the cabana. I was like, all right, my boy.
Oh, he
look
did
back.
that.
But then, can't get right, ruin my shit. I'm, you know how like a little kid find out Santa Claus ain't real? I'm like, damn, my nigga done looked out for me. He got me a cabana. I'm walking, you know what I'm saying? And it went to like 2 days ago. Can't get right was like, man, them hoes were free. I'm like, oh, man.
No, they weren't free. It's just they give you cash to spend. So they
it's
weren't free.
free.
He could have spent on massage,
That's
the
true.
travel thing, the little souvenir shop. He could have spent on whatever he wanted to
He
spend
probably
on.
did though, because you know you can only spend so much somewhere.
Nah. But my man Jesus, boy, he was funny as fuck. Little
Yeah,
tall
my-
Mexican. That shit was
My
surprising.
man had on some
Tall.
Nikes.
Tall Mexican.
That's
Yeah,
He
tall
really was about
Mexican.
your
with some-
height.
He had some khaki shorts on and some Air Force Ones high top with the strap.
Yeah, with
And
the
the
strap.
Kango, goddamn. Big Kango had on.
Hey, he was cool.
He was the cabana guy, but like, you know, his name Jesus, so it's spelled, you know, Jesus.
Jesus.
But my man said, somebody asked him, was like, so how's the weather gonna be before I get this cabana? That nigga looked at the sky. Let me ask my papa. I said, this nigga cool as the other side of the goddamn
Hey, but them
pillar.
people, like, now one thing about that resort, them people was extra, extra nice. For
Right,
them.
for like
they
the
went out
customer
their way
service
to be
perfect.
nice.
Yeah.
They went out their way to know your name. Because when you walk by, it took my boy about 2 times because he'll be like, Anderson? Mr. Anderson? I'm like, nah, Anderson tall.
I'd have said,
nigga
yeah.
with the dread.
Give me some champagne. Anderson room.
I thought about that
I'm
shit
Anderson,
later.
give it to me.
'Cause, you know what I'm saying? When they were like, Anderson, I should have been like, yeah, put it on my room.
You get 6 bottles of champagne for no reason.
I thought about that shit later. 'Cause I told the girl when we was walking, I was like, damn, I should have built a lot of shit to a nigga room, man.
But
They actually some simple shit like room number,
That's
and that's
it.
it. Room
Yeah.
number and name.
I had the app, and I was looking at our bill, and that bitch said $1,500.
Shit.
What the
My
fuck?
shit was free.
I said, what the fuck?
Y'all couldn't go home, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have to goddamn. I'm gonna have to be Jesus. That shit was in pesos. That shit was like $80.
That shit fucked me up too, cause I looked at our bill. That shit said $22,000. I looked around. I was trying to see how to get out there.
On the boat, you wouldn't need a boat.
Man, that shit said $22,000.
Got to swim about that bitch.
Shit.
My shit was zero. We ain't charged nothing.
Nah, that shit, the salon stuff got charged to our room and stuff.
Right,
But like,
right.
you know what I'm saying? It was in pesos. And then at the bottom, when you actually got the printed out bill, at the bottom it'll say what the American dollars were.
Them pesos will
for,
fool the fuck
But for
out.
a second, it fucked you up because it's a dollar sign and 22,000 like you used to seeing it because it's 22,000 pesos.
Right.
So I was like, man, fuck.
And then you learn that everywhere you go, that shit is rated different. Like here, it might be 20 pesos to $1. Here, it might be 17.5 pesos to $1.
Yeah.
So how do you know what you count? You might be in there giving them the wrong amount. Like when we was paying for the boat, nigga, we gave them so much money that we didn't know.
we didn't know what we were giving
But
them.
like, yeah, you right.
I would have did that
I
shit
was
too.
just-
Like,
I was
give me
just-
more money.
I was just over that bitch fussing just because she said we had to pay less. He said we had to pay more. So,
Yeah.
I ain't go over that.
yeah,
no
I was getting this shit.
Nah, that
And
shit
we
was
went-
confusing.
Yeah. I was like, nah, she being fair, you not, you tripping. We listening to her.
Gotcha.
Right.
So we had already talked my man down from like 100 a person to like
60.
yeah.
You got down to 60.
He should. Nigga, ain't nobody lining up to get on this boat.
Hell no. Shit, all these boats sitting out here.
Yeah.
Y'all better take that money.
Nah, that shit was
The boat was a blast, man. Damn, can't get
It
right
was-
on
it was
Motown.
definitely. It was definitely. I had a good time on it. The only thing I thought it was gonna be set up a little bit different.
What you mean?
I mean, we couldn't really stand up and then, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was gonna have like maybe like a
Yeah, like a
almost
roof,
like
like
a
a roof.
pontoon, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a lava pontoon, like just a. When I say pontoon, just a spot where we could stand up and stuff. Because if you stand up on that boy, your ass was gonna get shaky
Better
baby
not,
syndrome.
you
Yeah.
better not stand up. Goddamn. You hitting a deck. You can't wear
Yeah,
no
so
shoes
I
on
stood
that.
up too much. Got shaking baby syndrome.
That
I
nigga,
said, oh, this
that
shit
nigga-
don't feel right.
that nigga stood up, had to take a 40-minute nap.
Man, my boy had to get an
And then I think I threw up after I took the day.
that nigga turned
about
you know that
Isaac.
emoji, the green emoji. My
Isaac.
nigga turned green out there.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, I had a
Much
big,
drink or just motion?
nah, emotion. I had a big breakfast.
That nigga had woke up,
Shit.
started dancing, took a drink, and laid back down.
But Brown, DJ, hey, he rocked it.
He did. Goddamn, Brown.
He was getting on the damn captain there, but my man rocked it out there.
Yeah.
He took my man phone. Goddamn. Like, give me your phone. Goddamn.
My boy kept saying, "Can I get my phone back?" Brown said, "No,
Nah,
man, we
this
ain't got no
this-
music."
He didn't get a
Man,
nigga
he
phone,
wouldn't get a
man.
man his phone back. My man needed his phone, and Brown was like, "Nah, man,
Nah, you
we
you need to drive, man.
He
You-
like, man, just no. It was the other.
the Fabio, goddamn.
whatever
Whatever
his
Fabio
name
name was, goddamn.
that
Nigga look like
wouldn't
Fabio.
give him his phone back. He was like, "Well, at least get my phone out the sun." Brown said, "Oh, I can do that part."
Then Mac was the bartender, goddamn. And then went to sleep on
Nah,
the boat.
he was
That nigga
consuming
went
too
under-
much of the
That nigga went
product.
under the boat and took a long ass nap. That
Man,
nigga
them-
slept from stop 2 until the end of that bitch.
Yeah, so we had a good
I
time.
had a blast, man. But with that, man, Can't Get Right had said some shit before we even went, and that shit popped back in my head. Once everybody had left and we was there on that last day, he was like, "It feel good to go on trips with people like us."
Yeah.
Because once you go by yourself, you don't see nothing but, you know what I'm saying, other races
true.
and things like
Yeah.
that. So, and that shit just made me want to be like, man, we need to do. I know we take a beach trip every year, but I want to do some shit like that every year if we could. You know what I'm saying?
At least every other year.
I think we can.
I think we can
I
every
think
year.
we
Because it really is. I mean, if you plan for it, that's why I say every other year. If you plan for it, save for it for a year, it ain't really, you ain't dropping down $2K or whatever. It really
Right.
is affordable.
Yeah, if you do it.
If you do it,
$40
yeah.
a month, $50 a month.
Because the plane tickets be the worst
highest
thing.
part.
But
Right.
if you get it as soon as they release that date,
Get you a travel agent. She gonna set
But
up
like,
a plan for
I'm
you.
saying, like, yeah, if you get it early, you know what I'm saying, you get that plane ticket early and just at least put the deposit that lock you into that cheap plane ticket. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But if you try to wait, you gonna fuck
It's gonna be
around
through the roof.
and get that $1,200 plane ticket. Yeah, you fucked up.
Right.
So
so you just gotta wait. I mean, Southwest, Delta pretty good on going to Cancun.
I love Delta because
I
that's the
like
last flight.
Delta,
That's
too.
the last flight I was on, and I took off and I landed each time.
Food. We had
lot
a
of people
connecting
don't like-
flight.
But
We
I hate
almost.
flying though.
It was an hour and a half layover. We almost
What you mean?
didn't make our connecting flight.
Going or coming?
but that was because of customs.
Coming.
wasn't
Yeah,
it?
customs. That
Yeah.
line was so fucking long.
Yeah.
Our
I
customs
think I'm
were
gonna
quick.
get that pre-check shit though. I think that shit
Like-
like $100 for
like-
5 years.
Well, y'all had a connected, so that was a little different.
Yeah.
We had no.
And I
connected, so
seen that
getting
line
out
when
was
you got it in Atlanta. didn't you?
Yeah.
And when we got to Atlanta, see, we were getting off.
Yeah.
So, but we saw that line, we was
Like,
like, God
shit.
damn. And I'm so glad we went right around the corner.
Because us and Barron was on the same flight. He probably got to Birmingham before I did. And I flew to Birmingham.
And he drove.
I don't know what he drew, but yeah.
Let me tell y'all something. Yeah, I didn't know that I was flying with America's Most Wanted.
These niggas trying to get me.
We get to the airport. Huda got to get pulled over to the side.
Oh man.
We get in the airport. Grace, they wanted something with Grace too. Oh no, they confiscated some shit she had in the thing.
Her little water bottle.
Then we get to the gate. They have to see Huda passport again. Then we get to customs. They want to pull Huda to the side. I'm like, man, I ain't flying with y'all niggas no more.
You know what I'm saying? They know a real nigga when they see him. You know what I'm saying? I look like I had
I
the
don't want to
birds.
be with no real niggas.
Hey, look,
like that.
I had
they
them
gave
birds.
Huda by 6 checks. I like, man, I don't know what my nigga done smuggled.
I be like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's movies or what, but nigga, I be slightly nervous with shit like that. Just
What we was? We talking about locked up abroad.
We was on the fucking bus. You know what I'm saying? Going
Bear had made that shit with Rock.
Rock
Everybody else was tripping out like, I'm not finna be more word than this nigga is. That nigga was in that bitch just lollygagging, like we said.
lollygagging.
That nigga was on the beach having a great time.
Yeah, all in all, I had a great time, man. It was a dope time. Most of the time, you know, you got your people with you. You know, you got your family with you, and it was great. So,
Cry baby ass.
You know what was fun to me though? You could probably contest to this. Like the day of the wedding, stock was going through it.
Yeah,
I walk into another restaurant. I walked to another restaurant. I see stock. Hey, you good? I said,
Got his ass.
I remember.
He said that in the room. He finally sat down when we was getting dressed. He finally sat down.
Bruh, that
He
shit
like,
be the worst
I'm
shit in the
nervous. I'm
world.
like, good, nigga. I told you would be.
Right.
Yep, I told you it's gonna
man.
hit you.
But it's supposed to be like that, man. It's just like anything you enjoy,
y'all
man.
were cooler than the other side of the pillow, man.
On the outside.
Honestly, once it got started, like that calm came.
Once it started, because
Like
you know
I'm talking about like
everything-
once we like it was time to walk my mama down and stuff. It was like I was cool then.
Yeah, it's showtime then, but before.
Yeah, before then, because I had it down too.
Like, man, you gonna cry? I'm like, nah, man, I'm a real nigga. But what saved me was that lady keeping me turned that way.
Nigga,
Because I ain't have to watch it the whole
I ain't
time.
even gonna lie, nigga. Jessica almost made me cry, goddamn.
Oh yeah, her shit was touching.
Man, I'm gonna be a real nigga. I ain't gonna let no tear fall. It almost fell, but I ain't gonna let it fall.
Y'all was holding them back.
Yeah. Anyway,
Shouts out, man. Congratulations.
Congrats. I'm sorry.
Congrats, my dude.
Congrats.
To lifelong happiness and a shot of whiskey.
believe that.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing in my cup, but yeah, all that.
Go ahead and boop it.
I'm gonna have a plenty of them before the night over.
To a lifelong of being on your last goddamn.
And of
nerve.
course, the party don't stop with us. We leaving here and going to another party. You know?
Hey.
Everybody get dressed up and go to a party.
Believe that. Moving on into entertainment news. We saw that Beyonce inked a deal with Adidas. We want to give a big shout out to Beyonce on that deal.
Hey.
We don't know the details yet of it, but I'm pretty sure knowing Beyonce and the boss that she is, it's going to be something very lucrative.
Right.
Reports came out about, Beyonce finally inking the deal. But I also saw that she met with several other companies, one being Reebok. And Beyonce walked out on Reebok. She walked out because, I don't know if y'all saw this story, y'all as in the people who are listening to it. She walked out because she said that their creative team lacked diversity. She's looked around and said there's not enough people that look like me, that represent what I represent, that understand my culture, that understand me. So I'm out. And big shouts out to her again for that, because that's the problem, man. Like I think some of these corporations and corporate places, they don't have any elite, like they don't have anybody that looks like us. Right. We see this, and we talk about this all the time when we talk about Versace and these people making these mistakes. I don't think you make as many of those mistakes if you have somebody that looks like us.
Right.
We run the culture.
Right.
We are part of the culture. We're part of the hip hop culture. That's a big buying brand. You need to start having people that look like us in those rooms. It's only makes sense at this point.
Right.
Correct. I agree.
I mean, I think they have to start. But I thought it was, shout out to Beyonce. But it was a meme. It was like Beyonce worth $350 million and sold 100 million records and forgave Jay-Z. On the other side, you got 3 bras and 7 pair of panties and talking about you out of here.
I saw that
It's a hell of
too.
a comparison.
Right,
You
right.
better be like
Who
Beyonce.
the fuck is you?
Shout out to
Nigga, that's
Beyonce the
crazy.
deal. That's crazy, man. But anybody
Y'all
in
could have
here?
laughed a little harder. Y'all just gonna
I'm with you, bro.
It was
I'm
light.
with you,
It
bro.
was light funny. You know what I'm saying?
I
get that light
He was
funny.
laughing with you,
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
Oh man, that shit took the fuck out of me.
But anybody in here own any Reeboks?
I own a pair.
I don't
You
have
wear
any
'em?
anymore.
I don't have it.
I won
anymore.
about 3 years ago.
Right.
I don't own any Reebok.
I don't think it's
I don't
been
have
since some
none.
Soldier Reed
Yeah,
that
I
I've
ain't-
had them.
It's been a minute. 'cause
I had got some of them real low top. They look like almost like some. Nah,
it's
I
been
ain't
high.
gonna say. Yeah, I
It's
won't-
been
I won't-
high.
Andre Agassiz.
I'm trying to think. What's Iverson?
Oh, them
Reebok,
crackhead kids.
That's the last thing I had. Some
Them crack-
Iversons in
them
college.
crackhead kids.
Them hoes lean so quick.
I
Little
remember
white
Will said-
kids. Man, I know y'all know them crackhead kids. Them little white
I know
kids.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yes.
Them bitches so thin on them bitch might as well be some loafers. guy.
Boy. Them hoes in competition with the
But shouts out Reebok. We'll do a deal with y'all. What's up? You know what I'm saying? We'll
Hell
take a
yeah.
Hey
Reebok
man,
deal.
y'all, hey,
Ain't them soft ass
like we
kids.
tell all those big companies, if y'all need people that look like us, hey, the Dummies, we
You gonna teach how to be cool.
the most expensive contract here at the table I've learned is this one.
If you want us to get a fair shake,
Yeah.
don't go to that one. The green shirt nigga.
No, because that nigga
Hey,
go to
man.
that nigga go to restaurants we can't even go to.
You can't get in and leave.
Tell them
us.
nigga you frequent that place, man, so you knew exactly what was
Apparently,
going
yeah,
on.
man.
No, I don't even though shit sound good to brag about.
That
but
shit
no,
sound
ain't
lied
even
on.
My type of shit I be
Too
on.
late. That's your title. You gotta live with it.
I just
Not
be
to
trying to be cool.
Not to even go back to that, but everything that nigga did on that trip was a result of being that he's done it before. My man had a whole wardrobe change.
my man had-
my man had a whole
my man came
wardrobe
to the
change.
wedding.
I saw them Gucci's
And,
on your feet.
but he
Now. I
can't- he
saw
can't-
them now.
No.
He came to the
went
hold He came to the wedding
in a suit.
in a brown like linen suit
Linen
or some
suit or
soft
something
suit.
like that.
My
And
man
then
showed
changed
up.
for the
He
reception.
showed up
Put
at
on
the
a
reception
Versace shirt to come to the
and he had the
reception.
top button
Oh.
unbuttoned.
with the top on.
You gotta have your top.
My
button.
man had a
You just got to.
Gotta have your chest high.
Yeah, on the
That
and
nigga
I ain't got nowhere near nobody. Fuck that.
you know how the bride usually change her outfit, goddamn. She ain't even changed.
Nah.
My man had a wardrobe
Not my
change.
boy. My boy knew. But yeah, shouts out to Beyonce, man, on landing that deal. I also think it was just dope for because you know what that's gonna do. And that's
yeah.
why I think,
The whole
that's
hive.
the bigger picture. That's gonna make Reebok say, oh shit. Let's go get. We gotta go get. And I ain't saying that we want those jobs because of just to have us in there. We want those jobs because we qualified and we
Right.
need to be in there.
Right.
And like
We
most-
supposed to be in there.
most of cultures and most races basically come from hip hop. We are hip hop.
Yeah.
It's our culture, black people, I'm gonna say it, black people are hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you wanna be cool in the in now crowd, you better come get some.
But you
Or
know,
be on the outside looking in.
But that's kind of weird to me because it seems like they partner with people, or maybe even when they're partnering people, the design team isn't ethnic
Reebok?
or whatever. Yeah, they did. Rick Ross.
They did. James
This-
Harden, right? Wasn't James? Or
No,
was
James Harden is
No.
Adidas.
I'm saying, was he there before?
No, Jay-Z was with Reebok. No, what was that?
Them
Reebok?
S-Dot-
The S-Dot Carters.
S-Dot Carters.
Them
S-Dot-
Yeah, G units.
They look glorified crackhead kid.
Right?
Might as well say Cash Money
Yeah.
was with him, guys.
Hey, that's
Right.
what we at crackhead kids.
Right, they was with him without being
Without
with
being
him.
with him. They
Soldier
tripped on
Reebok,
that.
right? They tripped.
All right,
Yeah.
so update y'all lifestyle, Reebok. What's going on with y'all? Man?
And to be honest with you, man, they've been robbing the culture for years, man. Think about the Beach Boys, Elvis Presley. All of those guys wouldn't have careers if it wasn't for the motherfucking culture. So shout out to the culture, man.
Okay,
Shout out
Todd.
to the
We-
culture.
say how you feel, Todd.
Culture
You know
man. He's culture man. You know what I'm saying? Question for y'all, man. Are y'all fans of the Joker character? Or just those type of movies in general?
Yes, I saw the trailer that you're talking about, and I think that should be a pretty good movie.
I think so too, man. I think so too.
It's centered solely on the Joker.
I looked
and
at
how
it. I think it
became-
would be dope. But my only thing and only problem is, and just from the trailer, I don't see that personality. I
It
saw
look-
my
yeah.
man.
Yeah, my man.
Yeah,
man
Phil
who-
Dunphy.
No, the man
No,
who
who passed away.
No, Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Man, that nigga played the
Yeah.
Joker. Man,
It's unmatched.
his,
It is.
Yeah,
Let me
like,
ask y'all a
unmatched.
question.
I think
Better Joker, Jack Nicholson or Heath Ledger?
I never watched
Heath
Jack
Ledger.
Nicholson, but
I did.
Oh, he was
He
dope.
Ledger,
and now
man.
Jack
Ledger, man.
Nicholson is a
He
motherfucker.
did.
Jack Nicholson
Yeah,
was
he
did
did
his
his
thing.
thing. But the
Heath
way
Ledger,
Heath
man.
Ledger played that
Man,
shit,
yeah.
That shit, boy.
hey, that was and I let me not get ahead of myself. I haven't even seen this movie, but the trailer looked dope.
Yeah, it
You
looks
know what I
dope.
mean? So,
But it doesn't look like that one with with Batman. It doesn't look as much action. It looked pretty boring. Like
I didn't
not
watch the
boring,
trailer,
but just slow and not much action going on.
What's the focus on the Joker?
Strictly.
Yeah, it's about
him.
the
His-
Joker.
how he
What makes
became the
him
Joker.
become the Joker?
Oh,
and I'm glad we said that because I want to stop for a second. I want to make sure we give a big shout out to Jordan Peele.
Oh yeah.
Us
Yeah,
breaks box office records with a huge $70.3 million debut. We gotta give that nigga.
That's dope.
Bitch,
I wonder what is that?
Hey.
I wonder
Believe that.
what is that now? I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it's probably
Way over
Probably way over there.
Probably at 100.
because that was on the 25th of March.
Right.
That was
But
the
after the
debut.
first week
So,
it came out. and
I don't know if we got an
back a
update.
week.
If we can get an update, we'll make sure we give y'all one. But I'm just talking about their debut. Opened
Right.
up at 70 million. So we got to get Jordan Peele, man, his roses, because that man been grinding and shining with his shit.
Man,
Shouts out to
sure.
Jordan
man,
Peele.
I'm the type of person, because I've seen mixed reviews about it, and we're going to get into social media a little bit later. But like Issa Rae said, or her shirt said, I'm rooting for everybody black. So if anybody
Facts.
black putting out something, I'm going to find something good to say about it, even if I don't really care for it like that. But a movie, because if that movie does well, then that's just going to bring other movies.
Right.
So I'm always rooting for
Right.
black.
I haven't seen it yet, but it's definitely something I want to see.
I'ma
I still,
see.
I still want to see the symbolism of it. I want
Yeah.
to see how I can relate to it.
And my rooting for us, I want to be clear for me, like, my rooting for us is not necessarily, oh, we black, we need to be rooted for. I think it's because I think so many times we're overlooked, underappreciated, and kind of belittled sometimes in certain like in certain arenas. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, y'all can play sports. Oh, y'all can
Oh,
rap
yeah.
and entertain. But like I just think there's so much that we bring to society as a whole. I just like to see us, finally get that opportunity and shine with it.
And
That's how
I
look at it.
like that, and I feel like he said that shit. He was like, I'm using our kind of people because I want to see us in every role possible.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
wanna
yeah,
see
my man said none of his movies would have a white
lead.
leading
Right.
actor.
Right, because what haven't they already done? You haven't seen many black leads in all aspects of
And
everything.
this is
so
no
that's what he
race
want.
thing. It's just, again,
It's actual
we have
factual.
never had, we don't get all those opportunities that
Right.
everybody
So I
always
salute
get.
him for that.
Yeah.
Strictly off of that.
Right.
all.
And
That's
I'm
all we
gonna
saying
go
with
watch the movie. I'm gonna support it, whether it's good or bad. I'm gonna go watch it, and I'm gonna let you know if it's good or bad.
Right, I ain't gonna fire stick this one. I'm gonna go spend some money on
You
that.
ain't gonna find
I'm gonna go and check him out. You know what I'm
I
saying?
might go tomorrow. Speaking of,
Hey.
I might just go tomorrow.
The best day to be going on Tuesday, it'd be like $5. If you got AT&T, it'd be like $5 on Tuesdays.
My boy, no.
Yeah,
He-
look,
he
my
ain't
man got
told
the
you
connect.
nothing
I
else.
be
He
busy.
know.
I'm all for a good time.
I be busy, man.
I'm telling you, man.
My boy,
I learned a whole lot about my nigga. My nigga move a whole,
I
he
told you
beats
that
a
nigga
whole
the-
different drum.
Now y'all see what the Renaissance man shit coming in at? See, we talking about a movie. My man know where to go for that.
Yeah.
You talking about going to a restaurant in fucking Mexico. He know what to wear for that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? When you come out the mud, you gotta. You know
Hey,
what
can't
I'm
get
saying?
right, come help me with my toilet. He know how to do that.
Shit, I gotta go help a nigga tomorrow.
we got plans tomorrow. Just wait, too. It's gonna be so fun.
But I brought up that Joker shit as well as because I wanted to know if y'all would, know what I'm saying, like to see the movie. But I also wanted to know, do y'all think that role plays a part in that character's mental space?
Yes. Jack Nicholson told Heath Ledger, do not do
not
that.
play that.
Because
Yeah.
it takes you to a dark place.
Yeah, I can.
And it was hard for him to get out of it.
And this one is Joaquin Phoenix, which is he's kind of an edgy actor. So I guess we'll find out.
Joaquin Phoenix. Is that my man from the Emperor on Gladiator? Ain't that Joaquin Phoenix?
On
I think
don't
so.
what's
Yeah.
I
The
would
nigga
look it
that-
up, but I don't know
the
how to
Emperor.
spell
Yeah,
Joaquin.
right.
Yeah.
It's a Joa.
I thought it was
That's-
Phil Dunphy. the
Nah, it's
nigga off.
Joaquin. I had to look it up. Like who?
Modern
is-
I
Family.
didn't
is
see how
Joaquin.
he looked. Shit, Joaquin Phoenix.
That's
I
not
think
him,
he's
but I do like Phil.
Yeah, I like Phil
But that
Dunphy.
ain't
That's what I thought it was.
It's Wa-
He talking about Joaquin Wilbur.
I'm about to look at it right now to make sure.
But
I ain't tripping.
I see no stores while Huda looking for that. I see no stores that, like people said, like to play the Joker, you got to
have
go
to-
to a
right.
dark place, and they tell you be careful playing it. They told Heath Ledger that, be careful playing that character.
But see, in this one though, it's almost like he.
It don't seem it
It don't
didn't seem as dark.
as dark, right? Because
seems-
it's showing
now, don't
that
get me
he's
wrong, it
taking
seem
a
like-
lot of beatings until he's like finally like fucking I'm finna fight
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
It seemed more of a, and it probably because they can go more in depth.
right.
But it seems more of a backstory to
Why
to
he
the
became
Joker,
who he
why
is.
he became what he became.
Right.
So,
Yeah, there you go. Here you go.
So
Joaquin.
that's
Good old
dope.
Joaquin. Shout
That's
out to
him?
Joaquin.
that's my man.
Got to be him. Yeah. That's
Mhm.
yeah, that's him. He looked like Phil Dunphy.
That's him. That's,
Oh, but
Yeah.
in that picture, he do.
yeah, on the far right. That's
Yeah.
that's the Emperor. Yeah,
Right.
that's him from Gladiator. Yeah, yeah. My man got down.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Shouts out
one
to
of my
Joaquin.
all-time favorites.
Shouts-
That
Man,
boy.
But hopefully he doesn't go crazy playing this role and
Yeah.
Yeah.
ends up
Speaking
in
of
a good mental
movies,
space.
if y'all did, what movie y'all watched on the plane?
I didn't. I listened to music. I listened to Nipsey,
I listen,
which is crazy because that's the
I
only.
listen to Nipsey.
That's the only thing I have downloaded.
I forgot to say that, but we was at the cabana when we had the cabana by the little pool.
No,
Was y'all there?
that was
That's before.
that was when
Friday.
everybody got there. That was Friday.
That was Friday.
And we was listening to
We was
Victor.
listening to Nipsey.
Yeah.
Like Courtney was DJing. I was like, put Nipsey
Put
on.
Nipsey on.
And
That's crazy.
Friday.
And I remember
That's crazy.
I kept we played. We was listening to Nip.
That's
I remember
crazy.
that we was in the cabana. We was listening to my boy, man. God damn, man.
That's crazy.
Right.
That shit gonna keep coming, man.
Shit, yeah.
God damn.
That's crazy.
Right. I remember putting it. I was just like you though, Joe. I swear. I was like, he probably just got hit in the arm or the leg.
It's
So
a
he-
leg
I-
shot or
we used to
when I
we
put it in there, I was
kinda
like,
some-
it-
Like
he
I
just
looked
got
at,
hit.
I looked at it and read it and put it down because I was in Mexico. I was getting ready for something. I
Right.
don't know
And
what.
then like some said, man, which I never do, like check TMZ. It was like 2 minutes. The post had been up like 2 minutes. He said it.
That
You
nigga
know,
sent
TMZ
that shit,
said
boy.
it then.
And I told the wife. She was like, man, don't tell me that. And I'm like,
crazy. But you know, I was telling who, and I'm not minimizing this issue, but what I was telling, what me and Huda was talking about was, like it's so crazy. Like every so often, a story come out that just blow the fuck out you. Y'all ever
Right.
notice that?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
It can't be chill. Like every 4 or 5 months, some shit come out there be like,
right.
what the fuck?
What the, yeah.
Yeah, and that was a real
life, what
like
the
that.
fuck.
What the fuck?
That's probably the last story that just set with me, and it still sit with me. And it's been a week ago. It just sat with me for a couple
That
days,
ain't going
couple
nowhere
hours.
for a
It's just
ain't.
No,
I
it's
just
not
random-
because I never felt like Michael Jackson. Oh, damn, that's fucked up. Prince. Oh, damn, that's Aretha. Oh, damn, that's fucked up. But
because
But even
because
like
the
regular
manner,
niggas, I
because the
think-
manner it happened as well.
It was
the guy that got
manner-
shot here, I think y'all knew outside the Waffle House or somewhere.
man, trust me, yeah.
That was like, damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah, man. Like that's crazy. A friend of a friend's brother was shot and killed, man. You probably seen the story in Birmingham,
Yeah.
man. He got shot at a
Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. I don't know all the details, so I hope people excuse me, but my man he got into it with a white man. They said a white man called him a nigger and shot him in the head.
Over a parking spot, right?
It was something about being blocked in
Blocked
or
in,
something
right.
over a parking spot. My God. That's what I'm saying. That's why I say,
People
when I
can be
say we,
savage.
I mean us as humans.
That's right.
How barbaric. Like you really kill somebody over a parking spot?
About parking spot,
Parking
bro.
spot.
A parking spot.
Right.
Crazy.
A park, and they charged him with murder. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
glad that they
Right.
did that. At first it was attempted murder, and then they
Yeah, because
upgraded
my boy,
it to
at that
murder.
point,
Yeah.
he hadn't,
Yeah,
crossed
but
over.
like,
But
that's just sad, man. We barbaric. We some barbaric, man. I look at
nice,
like
guy.
we go back to that New Zealand shit. You seen how when they did that mass shooting?
He said, "Welcome, brother." Like that's how he welcomed them in. Like, "Welcome, brother."
Yeah, man. They did that. They did that mass shooting in New Zealand. New Zealand changed all the fucking guns.
The
laws.
next
Immediately.
week, within that week, yeah, a day or two later, they changed all the laws.
They'll go crazy if that
We
happens.
still fucking around
go-
like,
they'll
oh no,
They'll
people
go-
need them.
They'll go nuts for
guys,
like, you
it's
don't
about
need
the
that shit,
dollar.
man.
You know that.
For what? Like you can't hunt with it because it tears up the meat. Like it's a machine that's built to kill multiple people.
I mean, I wouldn't know the answer to that question because me personally, I don't have any. I got one little gun that I've had in my closet that I shot one time, and I've had it since 2006.
well, assault rifles. That's
They're
their
not
own
meant
purpose.
for hunting.
No,
Those
no,
motherfuckers
no
are
hunter
not meant
use
for hunting. Right. Those-
AR-15.
Right. But I tell you what though, Jack. If ain't nobody else gonna be ready for it, the Tars gonna be ready for it. I don't know if you saw that video. I'm getting the wife ready right now.
And
That nigga ready to purge.
For
Yeah, and I
real.
saw that. She kept jumping every time she
Every
shot that.
time she did,
Hold on, wait a minute. Time. What you gonna be ready for?
whatever happened.
Oh, man, that little pistol
boys
that
gonna
you
come
got
down.
with 15 shots in it ain't finna be ready for that shit.
Hey,
Man,
look,
y'all-
we're not going out looking for it. That's
I-
what I'm saying.
When you say ready for, what you talking about? Ready for what?
Whatever happens.
What
Like-
I don't even like guns because
I don't like 'em either.
I feel like having a gun makes you have to use it, and that's the main reason.
I ain't gonna lie. When I had a gun, when I used to carry my shit like all the time, I used
It
to
was
be
big
so
stupid.
paranoid. I pull up. Fuck this nigga looking at. I'm in the drive-through at McDonald's. Asking me for what I'm like, fuck this nigga want.
Hey,
your order,
Like, you
sir.
know what I'm saying? Like,
I swear.
Nigga just want your order.
Hey,
Do you
what's wrong with
remember,
me?
bro, when we went to this party, we were on the fucking interstate and we were leaving the party. I ain't gonna say who it was, but nigga pulling out the window, shooting in the air on the interstate. That's how stupid we were, youngins.
I remember that we did that shit one time. We was in Homewood, in the back of my homeboy truck. And nigga had a shotgun shooting that bitch out there.
Out the window as we're driving on the interstate. As youngins. Stupid.
Y'all niggas was wild.
And it wasn't me. I didn't even know he had a shotgun.
I know he's a controversial person, but Kevin Gates said, if I gotta go somewhere where I need a pistol, I don't need to go there.
I'm not going.
So he was like, he don't want to carry, because if you carry, you're gonna have to use it.
He said, oh, you might have.
I'm
never know.
glad you said that, because I mean, even before this Nip shit, I think we kind of, as men and growing up and then did the dumb shit, we stay away from those situations now. Like, we're not going to the club that done got shot up 18 times.
I never forget. This is a true story. I never forget, young and coming up. I remember we was sitting on my mom's porch, and it was a lot of us out there. You know what I'm saying? We used to be like the porch boys.
Right.
We used to sit out there and just after the club and chill. I never forget, it was about 16 people standing outside my mama's house. And out of 16 people, it was probably 16 guns out there. I never forget. Like, everybody just had one. And it was just like,
why?
Why?
Well, when I look at it now, it's like,
What?
damn, we was crazy.
And-
like, we that was the mindset that we was in at that time. But
And we're on here preaching not to do it, but do you think that plays a part in the process of doing it in order to know later in life, that shit's stupid, you shouldn't do it? Or do you have people, will you listen to somebody if they tell you, hey, look here, young boy, you don't need to be doing that shit?
I think it's hard.
It depends, because where we're at now, we talk different. Like, we
Right.
can look at it different. But where you was at then and where we was at then in the part that we was in life, it was, remember the mentality. And everybody know this saying.
Right.
I'd rather get caught with it than without it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'd rather need it
And
and have it than need it and not have it.
Right.
So that was the mentality.
What,
back
be
then.
judged by 12, then carried by 6, or you know what I'm saying, some shit like that.
And I get that, but the way I respond to that now is basically to Kevin Gates. I don't want to be in a situation where I will have to need it.
Well, see,
And I try not to put, and you never know, but I try not to put myself in those
understand,
situations.
and you're right. And that's the message that we should preach to others. But I think what's hard for words to penetrate some of those people
Go through
is
it.
because we can say that and go where we go.
Right.
They can't.
They have to say that and stay where they have to stay.
Right.
Right.
And so sometimes it's not even because they gangster, I'm a killer, it's just because I don't know what that man may do when I'm at the gas station pumping gas.
Right.
Think about it like this. We was in college doing it.
Yeah, that's in college doing it.
In
But
college.
to what you
We
were
ain't have
saying.
to do that shit. We ain't live in that
Right,
shit.
ain't nobody have to shoot out the window at the refrigerator.
when I
But
say
what
that-
I'm saying to
when I say
I know what you're saying. I know.
Yeah, we was
yeah.
in Tomerville. We was in
Right.
Mobile
Yeah.
on the porch.
But see, to answer your question, what that's gonna do? Like, we just was on here the other week, and then niggas just randomly picked somebody and shot her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the-
Like, if my wife know what to do and she got it on her, she could defend herself.
I look at it like this.
You know what I'm saying?
I look
Like,
at it
he
like-
didn't have a reason
Right.
whatsoever to
But
do that.
My response to that is, if that happens to your wife, how does she know how to respond to that? Because it's already happened to her. It's nothing. It's not like there was
This
a
ain't the shooting
standoff.
range.
Right.
It's
Not like it was.
And that's
It
gonna be
just
totally
happened.
different
It wasn't
Right.
a standoff. It was no time in between this and that. So
Right. And I get it. God forbid anybody around me, even you niggas, even be in a situation like that where somebody just randomly pick you to be the one to
yeah,
talk.
that shit.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying, like you just said, is I'd rather be caught with it than without it.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
And I have no problem with that.
My favorite saying, you stay ready to keep from getting ready.
That's
So
a
if she's
basketball-
ready,
that's a basketball coach saying, ain't it?
I think it's if you
So if
stay ready,
you
you
stay-
don't have to get ready.
I'm saying that's what I said.
Oh,
You
you
stay
said
ready.
Get
you
that
Totally
nigga, Todd.
different.
That's what you said.
Stay ready not to
Stay
get ready.
He not listening today, ain't it? He ain't listening.
This nigga understood, but you didn't. And you standing right next to
You just
me,
said
bro.
extra words. What you
You stay ready to keep from
I
getting
ain't
ready.
fuck with y'all niggas.
Right.
I have a question, man. Somebody asked me, man. She's like, every time y'all together, y'all look like y'all happy and having fun. So, do y'all niggas argue or fuss?
Who?
Us, yeah.
Yeah, we fussing
every
all
goddamn
the time. I just cussed Todd ass out. Hey, I cuss you niggas out all the time. But the reality, to answer the question, I feel like that being serious, like, we do have fun. And I think that it's because our group and going back to Mexico, some of the older statesmen that was there, like my mama, her friend, Jessica mama and them. They looked at our group and our bunch, and they was like, man, y'all, it's so good to see some young people who doing this. You know what I mean? Y'all young and y'all doing stuff like this. And I think for us, a lot of people that I be around, we look at life like, man, have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
from.
like life is so serious.
Right.
If you think about it, like you got to think about this, you got to think about bills, you got to think about credit, you got to think about where your kids going to go to school and stuff. If you don't fuck around, and you better have some fun in the midst of that shit. We just seen my man died and he didn't even know. He didn't know that was my man got all these plans. Just think about that.
Right.
You got all these plans. A nigga show up with a pistol in your face right then and there.
Stop like that.
Right.
All them plans that it's gone.
It's gone, right.
Have fun, man.
Right, live.
Like, live. Have fun. Everything is not so serious. Stop making everything like the end of the world. Like, enjoy yourself. That's how I look at it.
But
And I
go
think
back
that's how
to
the
it.
people around us look at it.
Like, if somebody was to read our messages, they'd be like, y'all the most disrespectful
Y'all hate each other.
motherfuckers ever.
Y'all hate each other.
We never disrespect each other in that way. Like, nobody ever feels disrespected. We might cuss each other out, but it's all in love, if that makes sense. We cuss each other out in love.
But it makes sense.
Yeah. This nigga, start showing emotions, bro.
I do, man. I show a lot of emotion.
Man, nigga want to be hard 34/7.
You said some shit earlier today. You were like, who do you play that tough guy role when you had called me about coming over here? You play that tough. He's like, you play that tough guy role, but I never deemed myself the tough guy. Never. And another thing you said that caught my attention was you say your mama said just the way that we're so welcoming and things like that. Somebody else said, Johnny Keith. He was like, man, he ain't never been around a group of guys who he didn't know, and they just accepted him in. You know what I'm saying? Like we real welcoming. So you know what I'm saying? Come party with us, come hang with us. We're gonna treat you like a person, like you should treat people.
Now that is a little false illusional, man. Like,
yeah.
Like no,
We gonna talk about that.
No, we're very
We're
welcoming.
very inviting.
That's
But
part of
you got to
welcoming
come in on the right invite. Like the
Right.
right person got to bring you in.
Right.
He came through on a family card, so he good.
Right.
Yeah,
so,
he
so
good.
you gotta
he-
be invited.
Yeah, he got to get. He gets all the family perks.
And then we knew him from high school.
Yeah, we've been
So,
knowing
you
him
know,
for
so-
years.
I've been knowing him since 6th grade.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
I know more about him now than I ever did, if that
Right.
makes sense.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I've been rocking with bro. Like when we used to go home for college, we used to do 7-on-7 at South. And he used to be the quarterback, you know what I'm saying? Because he was the quarterback at A&M. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and him been rocking together for years. We competed against each other, you know what I mean? For sophomore year, junior year, senior year, all through college
Right.
at home.
And
So.
Messy Man over here gonna try to start some shit. Hey, I got a question. Me, Ryan, and him was standing out there.
Oh,
talking.
that-
I ain't know he played ball. I ain't know he played ball.
I
He
knew
like,
he-
which one of y'all was better?
Anytime it's a group of Mobile niggas, that conversation gonna come up. It's gonna be like a park ball or a high school football, because
Right.
that's just the nature of it. So.
I just thought it was good content. I wish I could.
Of course, yeah. And as soon as he said,
But like everybody wasn't drunk enough because like everybody but around was trying like, man, you know what I'm saying? I put up X, Y, Z. They're just trying to be real.
we just
cool.
talk numbers.
Right.
I think
That's how you-
who did like, nigga, I put up 3,000 yards.
You asked my no. You asked my number.
I didn't ask your number.
Out the
Yeah,
punt formation.
He's like, I was Louisiana Player of the Year. That's how you said it. Louisiana
What?
Player of the Year.
You said some other shit. The Lugu.
said
What the fuck?
We was on the beach by then. This was right before the
This is what we call
the
rock sleep.
catastrophe.
That's when we had called rock sleep.
No.
That's right after we
Rock,
called
Rock, when it got on the patio furniture, my man took a 2-minute nap. Like, hold on, look at this man. And then we went over there and woke him up. Get your ass up.
Hey,
Can't
Rock.
get right. Started some shit immediately. Goddamn.
Shout out Rock, man. What happened with you, brother?
Hey, it was fun.
Hey,
But the thing with Rock though and Lil Bro, like you never gonna be the drunkest nigga there. Anytime.
Them
they
niggas
there.
took
Oh,
turns.
I already know.
Them niggas took turns.
Them niggas
literally.
took turns.
It's
I
your
already
day.
know.
Nah,
No,
it's your day.
both of them said, fuck it. I ain't.
But the thing
it's
about them
both our
niggas,
turns.
the thing about it, them niggas took care of each other. And that's what it's all about. One day this nigga was drunk, he took care. One day this nigga was drunk, he took care. So,
They always do that. And then they take turns putting each other on social media. One day somebody patting the other one. They
Come on, bro.
just crazy. They just live a
this nigga's the
different
life of the party.
Yeah, but I think it hit him when he got back home. Because my man hit me up and was like, I really fucked up, didn't I? I was like, nah, man, I wouldn't really have you no other way. Like, I don't want a sober Rock. I hate to say it like that.
But what would-
I don't want him to fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad
Right.
that everything worked out, but that's Rock fashion. It worked out right before it was supposed to work out. So,
Right.
yeah,
Crazy.
that's how I
Crazy
want
nigga.
it.
For my man live life, goddamn. And that's how it's supposed. And that's what we just said. That's how we started this off, man. Live life. And my man lives
Yeah, to that point, man, we just have a good time, man. And we just try our best to have fun. And it's good that we have a group of people that's like-minded. And we do that shit together, man. You know
Facts,
what I mean?
and that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like
Facts.
we all on the same wavelength. Like it ain't no oil and water. It's all the same chemicals. You know
Nigga, we all Woodfoot.
right, right. So if your team around you are not, building you up or pushing you to, towards greatness, you need to find another team to play on. You know what I mean?
We've seen that meme. Get the fuck out of here.
It's a meme. That's a meme.
My man Shane.
Meme.
I like our contrast though. I mean,
I ain't never seen that meme. I'm back on that.
I mean,
I ain't trying to tell you that was his shit.
no. But it's somewhere cool. Hey, get the fuck on with that shit. If you the smartest nigga in the room, you're in the wrong room. Man, we done heard that before.
Oh, you okay?
Come with some original shit. Get the fuck out of here with that. I love our contrast.
Can I live?
We had great content the other day. You know what I'm saying? One of us, I'm not gonna name any names, but the jury is still out.
The jury's still out.
Bring it up, baby.
Against Zion, they admitted that they like him for the first time.
And then admitted they never said they dislike.
I did like him.
Right.
Okay.
Is it documented in your text messages? Why I said
Nigga, it's
that?
documented.
Yes,
Not
it's
I don't like it.
I'm not going back there.
Yes.
The text message.
He said the man wasn't good.
Is it documented that I said that he wasn't good?
Oh, he
If a
can do
nigga
it.
tell me,
hell yeah.
yes, if a nigga tell me the Dummy Podcast ain't good, I feel like you don't like me.
Honestly,
Okay.
like being truthful, the very first thing that you ever said was he wasn't good. And then I'm gonna give you some more context.
All he can
to
do
it.
is dunk.
Okay.
With
No,
your words.
no, I'm gonna give him some more context. You came back and also said that your players who play AAU with him said that he wasn't good, and then all he could do was dunk.
Right.
You said that was it documented that he wasn't good? Yes, nigga.
You
okay.
said it.
Okay. So I've said. Okay.
He just told you what was that not your exact words?
No, my man
Oh,
told
my-
no.
So we not
You're
speaking
not
facts
going to put
when we
words in my
talking
mouth
then.
first and foremost.
You ain't say nothing about
Again, I told you. I've never said that I didn't like him. You've never heard me say that.
You said that he wasn't
It's not-
good.
You said he all he.
You gonna let
can
me
do is
finish?
dunk. No.
No, there's no reason to.
You might as well keep going. then.
Great.
Okay.
Shit.
We definitely ain't finna let you change that. Hell yeah, we cut that nigga off because he lying.
Weed. How about weed? Okay. I got another study for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with my studies for the ladies. You know what I'm
Here we
saying?
go with this.
But this
shit.
one is it's
I know where you
you know
going.
what I'm saying? Couples that smoke marijuana together have higher levels of intimacy, according to new studies. So I'm gonna keep trying to give you studies so women don't be boring asses. Smoke some weed with your men and have some good fucking sex. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to the weed. But they did it was a lengthy study of a numerous amount of people. And what they had to do was smoke weed and then the next day document to them what went on the night before. And basically more people were having sex after the night that they smoked, even if it's whether it's one partner, it could be one partner or it could be both partners. As long as one of y'all is smoking weed, you know what I'm saying? Y'all intimacy levels are going to be higher than people
I can see
who
that
don't
because
smoke.
weed like enhances everything.
Stimulant.
Yeah.
It enhances feeling and stuff like that. So like I can understand that.
And
but-
another crazy thing is within that, they somehow found a way to hate on alcohol. It was like if you don't and you more than likely drink alcohol, you going to be in a domestic violent relationship.
I don't know
It's more
about all
so
that.
I don't agree with that.
But I know drunk would have my shit looking like this goddamn. I be in that bitch I go long time. Y'all be great. Now they tripping on
They
that.
tripping on the alcohol.
Tripping on that because alcohol have
and I can see
got big sniper pole on it.
I can see it because a lot of crazy niggas who just are domestically violent probably are drunk as well. That's all that is.
Yeah.
I
That's
get
all
what you're
that
saying. Like they come home drunk and
Yeah,
wanna.
them niggas
Yeah,
just
but
already
that
mad.
ain't my vibe.
They was
on
mad
that
before
hen.
the alcohol, guys.
I come home with Henny dick. It's old.
Especially when you get drunk with
Messing
your
all
lady.
the hell.
All hell.
You know, y'all
is
be
messed up
talking
in
shit.
there.
We're like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, when we get in this goddamn, hell yeah.
But
Do y'all talk shit like that though?
Who?
I'm not a shit.
Every
talker.
now and then.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
not every, but sometimes hey yeah, I get
Every
my shit
time.
talking bad.
I'm
Fuck.
gonna tear that ass up when I get home.
No, not
that
that.
kind of shit talk. That's what I mean.
Nah,
Oh, I thought you were
Like
talking about
stuff like
during.
No. I'm talking like pre-sex. Like
No, I don't
shit.
give it away.
when you
I
get
say some-
when you get home, I'm gonna tear that ass up.
This
I
nigga want to
set
be a
some moves
surprise.
before. Goddamn.
I don't give it away.
I don't want no surprise. Hey,
Fuck your hair.
That.
Y'all niggas crazy as fuck. If you ain't never did that, y'all tripping.
Yeah, you in
That be
for
the
it or
best
something like
part.
that. Yeah, I get it, but
Hell yeah.
during, yeah.
now, hurry up, finish
Stupid.
this joint. We got plans.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all
porno man over here, goddamn.
Nah, I'm gonna stay on a high. Get in trouble too early,
Come on, man. We're out here. Let's get in trouble.
Nah, I'm just gonna talk about liking pictures on Instagram.
Oh, I heard that last week before we went to the goddamn trip. Like, she wanted to wear a thong bikini. I'm like, fuck no, you're not wearing a thong bikini around my friends. But you like those pictures on Instagram? That's not my fucking wife around my friends. You're not wearing them kind of thong bikinis. What's wrong with you?
Now,
White turnover.
I'm glad you said that.
That's a great conversation because let's be all the way 1,000. Somebody asked me before. They was like, "How would you feel about your And this is the real. Like, I hate to take it this way, but I was trying to find bathing suits for Jordan, and they was talking about different bathing suits, and they was like, "Oh, you're being so mean about the bathing suit that you picked." And the reason why I say that is because I'm being honest. I don't want a nigga. I don't want a man, stranger, friend, or anybody looking at a 12 or 13-year-old and just be like, because the reality of, if it's my old lady or whatever, a nigga gonna look. I mean, we're human. Nick, you got to see it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you looking at gawking at somebody, but like,
You're going to see it.
like nigga, if you got on a shirt, damn, Tar got on a dummy shirt. I see it. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't help but to see, nigga, we got eyes. Let's be real. But you know what I'm saying? What I was saying that to say that, like, I wouldn't let Jordan wear a certain style bathing suit because shit, let's be real. Like, it's creeps, it's niggas out there that might be looking at.
Right.
I don't want no old ass, creep ass nigga like just gawking at my
And she's
significant.
And she's still a kid.
And she's still a kid. She's a kid. And so that was the point of me bringing it up. She's a kid. So when you go into adults, you was talking about a thong, bathing suit or whatever. They was like, how would you feel if your wife or your girlfriend or whoever wore it? And I was like, I mean, I probably would feel maybe a type of way, but I know her putting that on, I'm pretty sure a nigga gonna look. I just know that.
Right.
And my whole thing was, you can wear it, but not while I'm with my friends.
I'm glad
If we
you
go
said that.
somewhere by ourselves,
Strangers or
cool,
something.
but
Yeah,
not
no.
with my friends.
I'm glad you said that. So I'm gonna answer both. I'm gonna answer yours first, because Courtney asked me that shit. Like, so if we have a daughter, would you be okay with her wearing a two-piece? I was like,
That's what it was. It was a two-piece.
When she's like 2 or 3, you know, the little ones, the little ruffles and stuff, because nobody. But
Like Logan had.
But 12 or 13.
she was actually specific to, you know, Jordan, and I was like, not at Jordan age,
No.
because she's at an age that like sick niggas
They like that.
looking at
Right.
that.
And honestly, me and Courtney talked about that.
I was like,
She's
it's an age
oh,
range.
that's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, if she was your age, but no,
Right.
nigga, she's fucking
So
12.
I think it's an age range where it stopped being, because like you said, I don't want nobody looking at my daughter
Yeah.
like that. To your thing, Courtney like shade her ass around here with a little swimsuit, and I was like, no, my friend's gonna be there. But if we, like I said, we go on vacation,
Where?
ass out everywhere. I don't care, cause it ain't nothing but a bunch of old men. Cool. But with my friends,
So with strangers,
No.
so to come to a conclusion, with strangers is cool, but with
Yeah.
your homeboys and stuff around is not.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's
Especially now.
cause I don't want
around the whole
my homeboys
table.
taking, you know what I'm saying? I
Y'all
catch my
niggas-
homeboy taking a picture of my old lady.
Right.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Hey,
pop
we
up in the
gotta
group
have a
message.
different
It's gonna be in the group message.
Like your old lady walk by your homeboy do like this.
And you catch it.
I'm like,
Throw my drink in your face, nigga. It's love and hip hop. Nigga, throw the drink in your face.
slap the shit out your
Close
phone.
your eyes,
Hope I slap it in the water.
Hey, you go by that bitch try to do a secret recording.
Your whole phone in the ocean. Bow.
And,
So fine.
and last week we just had the conversation about looking up and down at people. Got the
Yeah.
niggas be looking. Hell no.
All right, y'all niggas so trash. Y'all niggas be trash as fuck. I catch y'all niggas.
Nigga, old lady gonna be in
a
a group message. My old lady ass ain't making a group.
Hell no.
put a cover up on that thing.
The moral of the story is y'all ass can't wear no thong bikini around our friends.
Yeah.
Pick
Yeah.
something up.
And I'm glad y'all saved me because I probably would have got in trouble with the previous question. So that was great.
Oh, they want it too bad.
Y'all ain't never y'all ever wait to a chick, you know what I'm saying? She put that church picture up, you know what I'm saying? And you like it because it's safe.
A church picture. Just because sometimes you
Yeah,
gotta
when
like
she
some
put
random.
the church code, you can like that shit.
You gotta like some random.
I wait for kids.
She
I do
was
the
just- and
kids
she was just
picture.
praying.
I do it with
Question.
kids.
Y'all ever fucked up and liked the picture and realized you need to unlike that bitch real quick?
You gotta do that. Gotta comments and all. You know what I'm saying?
And you double tap that bitch and be like, ooh,
How do I undouble tap?
She got that bathing suit. Let me untap that bitch.
And it's still show they'll be there. I just saw you like that.
What's
Damn,
crazy
8
is they
seconds.
go to the places that you don't go to on Instagram. They go to that little shit.
I never go to
That
that.
shit damn sure caught me by surprise. Like, how the fuck you know what I mean?
Yeah, they go to the little, I think it say follow or some shit. It's some shit
Yeah.
that they click
I ain't going
and then
that
they
way.
can see what you like and shit, man. They be on that shit, man.
I barely look at my feed, let alone go and look at all
Hey,
of Which y'all like.
They said that Mueller couldn't find shit on Trump. I know who they need to get. Get some of these black women. Get some of these black women. They'll find all
got the perfect goddamn investigator for you, goddamn.
Right. It was one time.
Private eye.
I personally didn't like a comment a chick left. And I deleted that shit soon as she said it.
She probably still saw it.
Just talking. Oh, yeah. See that comment?
Damn. I damn near
It ain't like I commented. It wasn't a conversation. It was just like,
they got the alerts come to their phone. Soon as somebody
I
likes some
real
shit.
deal think so.
Yeah.
Grace ass like everything. She can't tell me nothing about nothing
Boy.
I like. Fuck you like every picture
time
on
I
If
Instagram.
she don't like it, it ain't happen.
Ain't nothing like finding a new page. You think live, like, oh shit, they got.
She liked it.
Damn
10
it.
months
Grace
ago.
face. It be one.
DJ. They beat them three guys.
DJ Todd or Grace face.
This nigga damn sure like everything on Instagram. Get them the most likes award. Let's
Habitual
go in.
likers, goddamn.
Yeah.
Man.
Man, I ain't fucking with y'all, man. Where we at?
Nigga just double tap all the way down the goddamn page.
What we got? What else we got?
Man, sports, man. Sports. Shout out to Gronk, man. Shout out to Gronk. Gronk's
Hey,
retiring.
hanging
You
him
know
up.
what I'm saying? Shouts out to Gronk. He's doing it at a young age. He's 29. He had a real good career. Got a couple Super Bowls. Saved a ton of his money.
Right.
Has some real good numbers. Has better numbers than Shannon Sharp in a shorter time frame. So the question keeps coming up, and I want to know what y'all think. Is he a first ballot? I don't give a fuck. Is he a Hall of Famer?
I think so.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I think his body of work speaks for itself.
Right.
Like you said, he got the same, not the same numbers as Shannon Sharp, but if you break it down over the shorter period of time that Gronk played, he has better numbers than Shannon
Right.
Sharp. You know what I mean? I don't know if his. I would be scarce to say that his impact may not have been the same as Shannon Sharp, perhaps.
Which one do you think is better?
Me personally, better. I think
Not better as far as impact on the game. Who had the better or bigger impact?
I would say Shannon Sharp, but I feel like Shannon Sharp. Think about who we talking about. We talking about Shannon Sharp.
Yeah,
Shannon Sharp played in a time where, the Patriots used to throw. Man, we'll see what Tom Brady throw that bitch 54 times in a game.
Right.
Elway wasn't throwing that many times.
No,
to Sharp.
especially not with Terrell Davis. In the
I would say
backfield.
Gonzalez.
What was the other
Tony? Good
other
old Tony.
man?
Yeah.
What
Would he play tight end or
no,
quarterback?
who Shannon
Rod
Sharp
Smith.
had when he went to the Ravens.
Dilfer.
Dilfer. Trey
True
Dilfer.
different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Trent
like
Dilfer.
man, they wasn't throwing that bitch that many times
Right.
a game. They was handing that bitch to Jamal
Nigga
Lewis.
won a
Right.
9-7 Super Bowl. or
Yeah,
some
so
shit.
I think it was different time. Man, is Shannon Sharp in this kind of day and age game? My God.
Be a force.
Yeah. The nigga have-
And that's unfortunate too because times play a big part in who's better and who's not. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
And it
Unfortunately.
definitely do. But to just say who was better, my personal opinion, Shannon Sharp. But I'm not gonna knock what Gronk has done and his ability to fit into what the Patriots do.
Right.
Gotcha. I do think he's a Hall of Fame. I think I'm not gonna say changed the game, but he changed the game for his era. I don't think he changed it fully because it's not many to follow him. But during the time that he played it, he was the most dominant tight end in the game. He had real big numbers. He required double and triple teams. He required other teams to focus on him. And I'm just glad he's going out not on a stretcher because he did stay banged up the last few years.
Yeah.
He's already kind of loony
Right.
and crazy. So
it's always good when somebody can leave on their own terms.
Right.
Exactly. And I do think that he has a career after this. So you're 29, you're young, you're rich still. You got future endeavors, man. Shouts out to you on your great career. And keep doing good things.
Yeah, that's
Shout out Gronk.
Did y'all see that the semi-pro league folded? What is it?
AAF. Yeah.
Yeah, AAFL folded after only 7 games. It was a 10-game season. They folded. They tried to put a $250 million, I want to say.
That was just like a month or two
Yeah,
ago.
a month ago, investment into it, and that wasn't enough to sustain it.
That's crazy. How did you $250 million a month ago? How is that not enough?
And you made that was a personal investment.
You're right.
Just
Yeah.
imagine, like, who the fuck, what kind of money you got to put
in a
on
month.
250?
Well, he owns the Hurricanes, the Carolina Hurricanes, or something. One of them NHL.
That was a rhetorical question, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, what kind of money? Nigga, I can't even put $250 in your shit, goddamn.
Not after Mexico, not right now.
Yeah,
No.
so, bro.
But yeah, man, it's crazy. And just the way that it was handled as well.
Them
that
niggas
shit,
did a cease and
that shit was
desist.
it was
Yeah, you said that
it was game 7 of the 10-game season. So midweek, these dudes got alerted. Hey, you have to leave. They go back to the hotel. They shit in the lobby.
That shit crazy.
they shit is sitting in the lobby.
Nigga got
the-
evicted.
You get evicted from a hotel, you know what I'm saying?
Shit.
So,
Yeah.
that happened, as well as if you're injured, now your health care is on you. Your health care, it runs out at the end of the month.
That was
Yeah.
one of my biggest things when a lot of people had asked me post UAB, like, why you didn't play semi-pro and stuff like that. And there was opportunities to go play. Arena
okay,
One.
motherfucker.
Arena One was popping super hard then.
Right.
It was a lot of different opportunities to continue playing. But for me, I just was like, I didn't want to do all that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying, like, to
It's
me
a
it was
grind,
NFL
fool.
or nothing. You know what I mean? And at the time, I had a child, and it was just like, I don't want to go play for these leagues where, like, I can get injured and then they just roll me off the cart and shit.
For
And I
30
seen some of these and I'm not knocking. That's no knock to anybody else. That just was personal to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe if I wouldn't have had Jordan, I probably would have tried, took more chances and more risk. But at that time, I was like, I got to go make some money. And I went to
Right.
AT&T making that little bag, and I was like, hey,
I'm straight.
fuck a football field.
Like I tried out for the Steel Dogs. They had me in there. We was practicing for like 3. It's like a 3-week tryout, and they wasn't paying. It had just got to a point. So I was like, man, this ain't it.
Oh, that was back when they really wasn't paying at all.
They wasn't paying you to try out and to for your
Yeah.
time at that time. And I was just like, and it wasn't guaranteed. They was at a point where it wasn't guaranteed if they was gonna come back that year either.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, college football was a grind. High school football was a grind. Am I still willing to grind after all of that? And I got bills and responsibilities. And even this, them boys was getting paid a little chump change for
Like
for-
$1,000 a game.
Right.
or
And
something.
I don't even think it was that much.
I honestly think that was a critical decision because I think that helps in the fact of how life is today.
Right.
The fact that you didn't, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I just know some people who, when they got through playing, they hadn't had a real job since ever. Like, they didn't even
Right.
have one in high school.
Right.
And then you went through college, and then, you got out of college, and you went and played pro for a little while, and you got kicked off the practice squad, and then you went to semi-pro, and you did that for 2-3 years, and then you did it, and then it was like, oh, it's over.
It's over, yeah.
So now
Then
you
what's
25, 26, 27 years old and never
No
had a
real
real
job
job,
experience.
Right.
and now you trying to get into the market. By that time, I'm already at my career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
But we do see some of those guys get an opportunity to get signed by NFL teams. We saw
Yeah.
Center for
the center
the team here.
from
yeah,
the team here.
Yeah,
and
and that was
the
dope.
Cleveland Browns
And-
signed the quarterback. I forgot who he played for, but they signed him as a backup.
And I was reading some other shit today that they do still have other opportunities because, like, even leading them from last year into this year, they were still having talks with the Vince McMahon lead, XFL, because they're coming
XFL.
back.
Yeah, it's
So
coming
they
back.
were talking about merging or somehow merging and, you know what I'm saying, giving better opportunities. So
Yeah, and
hopefully these players have a chance
And that's
in
the part
league
that I
too.
think dope. I think that it's another league needed because we see the NFL. I talk about this all the time. We've seen where the NFL complains a lot about not being able to develop talent.
Right.
Like, they have people who they feel like are capable of playing in the league. They just need a little bit more development, but there's no league to put them in and develop them.
Right.
So do you think that they can say that and not get the AAF players to develop? Because that was another big thing that the AAF was like, they're not giving us players to develop to make this league better as well.
Yeah, I mean, from the NFL standpoint, I can
see it.
I can see the NFL being mad that they don't have enough players to develop. But then I can also see the NFL not wanting to jump into bed with somebody that's not sustainable. Like,
Right.
you have to show us that y'all. I feel like if somebody like the XFL or the AAFL or whatever just folded, if they can show sustainability and show a brand of football for a period of time, I feel like it's nothing. The NFL is gonna have to jump on board.
And I
Right.
looked at it from a different aspect. I was like, if I'm the NFL, why am I going to give you some of these good players that I can still use on my practice squads and just to make my roster and things like that? Like, why would I give you these players?
Well,
You can do both.
Yeah.
Well, I think it could be like a farming system. Just like baseball does.
Right.
Yep,
But-
basketball,
Like, you sit them, like how niggas in the league play summer league.
and that's the.
You still play the NBA. You
still
just
play
go
the NBA.
do
You
this
just
because
go
they're not
play,
doing
right.
the same
And
stuff.
I'm
not
with it
ready
that you
yet.
said that because that was my point. The NFL was complaining because, okay, practice squad, you only get 8 players on practice squad.
Yeah.
So past practice squad, I'm not being able to develop those players who are capable of playing in the NFL, but they just need some more development. So those people, like, example that we just said with me or anybody else, like, they go into the workforce or they go coach or they go do
Right.
whatever they do. They don't try to develop.
Right.
Because there's no more leagues for them to develop.
And with that, I do need more clarity on because I want to know, what do you mean by the NFL weren't giving you players?
Well,
Like, what players weren't they giving you?
From how I read it, it was supposed to be an agreement that the NFL was supposed to send down some of their younger players. And more so, like how I read it was like, like Hard Knocks. You know, the people that get cut, the last one, maybe they could go play in the A8.
But can't those players go anyway?
Yep.
They can, but it was like the NFL, like even some of your practice players, the NFL was supposed to give them some of them.
I wouldn't give them though. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't. If I'm the NFL, I'm not giving you my 8 practice players.
The special team guys.
Right.
There's 1,000 practice players.
No, it's not.
No,
It's 8.
it's not.
I'm saying it's only 8, but I'm saying it'd be a hard decision to get to that 8.
I get it.
They're
But
not. They can find another 8.
Right. So what they saying is after those 8,
Then-
those people aren't on wait. You're free.
Right, you can go.
Yeah.
So,
You're on waivers.
So that's
So
what
you
I want to
can
know.
go
What do
and
you
ball.
mean by
For
you're
it to
not
be
giving me?
sustainable, they would have needed some of those 8.
But why would I give you that if I might need them?
That's what they said, but they said it was an agreement.
You think?
Just like baseball,
But you
they'll sign you first round and let you go play in that for a couple
Okay,
years.
so I have a question for you. Who do you think is getting a better development? Alabama's 4th string or University of St. Thomas's 1st string?
Well, I don't know the University of St. Thomas.
But answer the question.
I would think the first string.
I would think that.
Y'all always say practice isn't game.
It isn't, but I would take a
So
Alabama.
the 4th string isn't getting on the field.
At Alabama, I get that. But the Alabama 4th string running back is probably an All-American somewhere else. Or at St. Thomas,
It's
whoever.
true.
But he's not getting the experience.
He is in practice.
In
You get a
practice.
lot of shit in practice.
But y'all always say
we
practice,
always
not the
we
game.
always say the game is easier than practice as well.
No, I've never heard you say that.
I'll tell you now, the game is easier than practice. With the AAF, do y'all really want to see another football league? Me-
No. I would like to. Well, no. I take that back.
You don't have to. If you-
One. No. I mean, I was kind of like, it was cool to watch. They was really hidden. Like, the rules was a little bit more relaxed. It was more like the old school football. But, like, it takes time to, like,
And money we see.
get to, you know what I'm saying? Okay, this is the Birmingham Irons. I wasn't just gung-ho on the Birmingham Irons. I don't even know what the fuck an Iron is. I know this is the Iron City or whatever, but
Club down the street. Me personally, I don't. And for the simple fact that I don't even watch all of the NFL teams because I don't think they're good enough. So, unfortunately, me personally watching any other league, I don't think it'll happen.
this why I say that, because I don't watch MLB, but I would go to a Barons game. And I think if the AFL was at the new stadium and they had $2 beers,
Keep going, just because.
She just going for the goddamn
it's a event.
special.
I would go watch a whole baseball game to drink $2 beers outside.
But I do wish that there was something, because it's a ton of football players. I don't think it's, even though I don't want to see it, I don't think it's no reason why there isn't some kind of semi-pro system for
Right.
all of these players. I'm pretty sure you can.
It's just real hard. I think generally a lot of people feel like how you feel. I think it's really hard to watch second
class.
tier football. You know, only because think about it. You know what I'm saying? In the NFL, it's 54 people on a team. If you're not one of them 54, like that brand is really gonna be like in basketball. Only like what, 11 people, 10 and
12.
11 people make an NBA roster. So it's a lot of great people still left. You can still get a lot of good brand, even then
But it's not the
I'm
best
not
of
watching
the best of the best.
the development league, but I just think with football, it's just really hard to watch a second tier brand of football.
And-
I hate it that it's like that, but unfortunately, that's the way it is.
And with
Second
football,
tier
they,
not made for TV. It's just not. It's made for local market. Like they folded. They said because the local sponsors and stuff didn't get involved more. Like you have sponsors, that's just in Birmingham. So they didn't get involved into the way that they thought that they should. Because nobody's going to, I'm not going to watch whoever Memphis team is. But I might go to a game and spend $30, $40. And that makes up for it if
And
a
the
lot of people
but,
do.
numbers
but
went
with that
down a lot,
Memphis
too.
team, you got to think about this too. They signed Johnny Manziel and thinking that people would spend their money to go and see him play. You see what I'm
Somebody
saying?
in Memphis probably would.
That's what
if
I'm
it was
saying.
in Birmingham,
right.
I probably
But they don't have enough household names.
Think about it.
In my opinion.
I don't think I want to go see Johnny Manziel at
I don't
this
care
point.
to.
Like, I've seen what you can do. I've seen you at your peak. I don't want to go see you. Now you're not Johnny Manziel that used to be Johnny Football. Like, I don't
Right,
wanna see you.
and I get that.
But if they got Caprienius,
Johnny,
I'm going.
right, I'm going.
Hey, man, but,
Capri.
man, fuck that secondhand football, man. I ain't really want to go back into entertainment, but it was a lot of stuff that I missed. But I just wanted to say, man, Congresswoman Karen Bass.
Black lady?
Yeah, she wanted to enter Nipsey Hussle's social contributions into the congressional record as United States history. So all of his social things that he's been doing in the community, she wants to enter it. Like what we talked about with Jay-Z stuff going into the congressional library, she wants to enter his social contributions to society and to the community. She wants to enter that as U.S. history. I don't know if y'all saw that, but I thought that was pretty dope.
Yeah, that's
I
dope.
didn't see it, but that's dope.
I thought it was dope. And, I think you brought up, earlier about, like, you didn't want to be insensitive about talking about Nipsey.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to use this time, people say I like to rant and shit, but, like, I want to rant this, see what y'all think about it. It's not going to be a long rant. It's going to be an open conversation rant.
Get your shit all beat.
All right. TIP.
Mm-hmm.
Probably my top 5. Soon after, and then I'll preface this, like, I felt a different way about people that waited a day or two to comment because I remember going through that with my best friend. It took me 3-4 days to comment. When everybody else that just kind of knew, they, soon as it happened, commented. Them people that took 3-4 days, it hit a little different.
Right.
Even though I hate to say that. Tip was saying, y'all killed Nipsey, but Zimmerman still living.
And that's crazy.
Like, nigga, Zimmerman not at the corner store. Like,
And even that, why? Stop promoting violence.
like,
Don't promote violence.
if you kill Zimmerman, you're going to jail. That's another black man off the street,
And me and Stock,
away from his family.
me and Stock was talking about that earlier about he was just joking, kind of like we're a trash podcast because we didn't post any pictures or anything about Nipsey. And I was like, fuck them people. We gonna grieve. Or the people who say things like, remember people was messing with 50. Nigga, you ain't know Nipsey because he posted something else about something else. And I'm like, you can't rush a... It's a shame that if a person doesn't post about something, they don't care. Or you deem it that they don't care. Like, let me post when I want to post. Let me speak when I want to speak. So I was like, and my response to that was like, our podcast is going to speak for how we feel about Nipsey. I don't care what they think if we didn't post or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So let people respond how they want to respond, when they want to respond. But as far as the T.I. thing, like, man, I see that meme going around a lot, and I just hate it because I just feel like you're talking about stopping violence, but you're promoting
Right.
other violence. Like, that shit just don't make sense.
But
Like,
like, damn, y'all shouldn't kill him,
kill him.
but go kill him.
Like, come on, man. And if somebody kill him and they say T.I. told me to, then what you
He
gonna
caught
say
up
then?
in that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
So, I'm glad you brought up that, like, why haven't y'all posted about it? Sucker nigga number one. Well, sucker person, because I don't know how. Sucker person, because I don't know how it fit. Sean King. I've been a proponent of Sean King. I had my issues with him, but it seemed like he had been going on this shit. He put up a post that rubbed me the wrong way. He was like, he promoted his new podcast. And then he put up a post, hey, click on the link in my bio, because I'm talking about Nipsey. You're being a fucking vulture. You're being an opportunist. That's what I hated about his whole thing. This ain't the time for that. I hated that shit.
I just don't like when, in any instance like this, when you're trying to promote anything. Like, don't tell me to go click on your link to go listen to this. Just say what you got to say. I mean, you can respond how you want to respond. But me personally, what I'm looking for is just say how you feel and what you got to say. Don't try to promote something. Like, I would never promote this podcast based on something I'm saying about Nipsey or Nipsey passing.
We just going to put out this
And-
podcast.
right, like,
people going to
rest in
know
peace.
what we probably going to talk about.
Exactly. Like, rest in peace, Nipsey. You ain't got nothing more than that. That's all, you know what I'm saying? That's all I got to say. But I don't know, man. Like, social media and the way they want you to handle your social media is socially stupid, in my opinion. So,
What else you got, Joe?
Next sucker nigga.
suck a nigga street.
Yeah, because I'm trying to not use the F word, you know what I'm saying,
Fuck
just to
that.
make it more
Use it.
kid friendly.
Oh, I feel yeah.
Well, for these last two, I'm a
And I don't know if sucker
Call it what it
nigga
is, bro.
kid
Call it what it
friendly.
is.
fuck nigga number 3. Future. We need more good brothers like us. Right. Make sure you put that in there. Take my eyes out. Fuck nigga, all you did was made a a bunch of fucking dope addicts and made money off of it. And we don't even know if you even do the drug your goddamn self. So you wasn't Nipsey. Get the fuck out of here with that. You not him. Don't compare yourself to that man.
I mean, I don't know how to respond to that.
Go.
I mean,
Keep going.
The only thing I can say to that is we don't necessarily know everything everybody's always doing.
Right.
Just like when Jeezy went on there with Joe Budden, and Joe Budden thought he was finna come tell Jeezy up, and Jeezy started telling all the stuff that he was doing in the community and for
like,
his
I
people.
ain't know that.
And he didn't know that. I don't know what Future doing. You know what I mean? And that's just me personally. But hey,
Get your
how
shit
you
off,
feel?
boy.
Go
Get your
ahead.
shit off, Joe.
Perception is reality, and that's what the perception of you is. If you are great.
How many fights that is he got now?
I think that's like 256.
Okay,
We're
go-
going on
go.
2.
Next.
Last one. Motherfucking Kodak.
Damn, young Kodak.
I'm a fan of your music. I'm a fan of you for the most part, but you've been on a goddamn suspect streak like lately. Bro, you don't say that about this man, girlfriend. I even seen a report that they got married in Mexico a year ago. But you don't say that shit to this man. Like, he ain't even a week old. A week has passed. Talking about you can console her. You don't say that type of shit. Like, I don't give a fuck if you from the hood. Nah, nigga, have some goddamn coof about yourself, some whereabouts. You don't do no shit like that. And that shit was just whack to me. He talk about Lauren London, she fine. I can console her. I can beat her. Nah, nigga, you're a fuck nigga for that. And that's how I feel about it.
Feel how you feel, my nigga. Kodak gonna slap you. But feel how you feel.
That's 257, 258. 258.
Probably both.
I lost count.
Probably both.
I'm gonna go rounds with his big fella ass.
Okay.
I feel you, Joe. However, I'm not going to, say it as harshly as you would. I think this social media has us, and I say us as not just the black people.
Entire.
I think as a nation fucked up. I really do. I saw, you know what I'm saying, a post on Instagram. Somebody went live and somebody was lying saying that they killed him and they was on the interstate and they were doing the dash because he did it. Like, all of this shit is for likes and for views on your post. Like, my nigga, are you that hard up for somebody to click on your shit and double tap it?
Tag it.
Like, I don't understand that. Like,
I mean,
do
it's hard.
people have that low of self-esteem
We'll never know because
to
we don't do
where
that shit.
people that you do not know mean that much to you?
I don't know, and I never want to know because it's not some shit I'm gonna do. So I have no clue why.
Like-
man. I don't even want to know the answer to it. Why?
It's-
Bruh, I just think
it's-
some shit is just above it. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, man.
Posting the whole video footage, I get it. You got it. You want, and that's what I go back to a long time ago when I say you want to be the first to put shit out. Man, listen, I don't care if you got it first or you got it last. Why post that? We all know what happened. Do we want to see that shit?
Like posting Lauren London at the hospital.
Like,
Come
yeah.
on, bruh.
Like, you would. I don't understand it. Like, at this point, I'm beyond trying to even figure it out. Like, I just want people to put the phone down and be in that moment with their loved ones, dog, at this point. Like, just be there with your people. Because you never know when it's not gonna be that. You never know when you can't do that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we're telling we're speaking our piece about Nip at this point because before we didn't know we were gonna be without him. You know what I'm saying? We didn't see this happening. And yeah, people say, give me my rose so I can still smell them. I get all of that. But all of this stuff is for likes at this point. That's all it is.
I don't know, man. Use your phone.
Like, you're not getting paid to post that shit.
Who knows?
Man, I just don't take like this tragic situation to big up yourself or to get you more followers or whatever it could be. Like, time out for that. Like, have some self-respect for somebody.
I mean, my thing, and we talk about this a lot. I'm not finna do I'm not finna do certain stuff for clicks. I'm not finna do certain shit for. I don't give a fuck if we never grow. I'm not going to grow by doing weird shit. Like I'm not gonna grow by attaching our name to silliness. I'm not gonna grow by just saying outrageous shit to get clickbait. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna click and I hope that you'll like it organically or just because of what we're talking about or the content or the integrity that we may have. But I'm not gonna say, follow my podcast. I'm gonna talk about this. You know what I mean? Just for you to click on it. Like I don't. It ain't that deep to me, my nigga. Like I feel like that we talk about enough stuff of substance that we'll get the right people that's gonna follow us. And that's just how I feel about everything that's said. Prior to what I just said, I just felt that's just how I feel about all of that.
You know what I'm gonna do for clickbait? I'm gonna chill on the beach, laugh with my friends, and jump off a boat. Clickbait.
Did y'all see the federal government was investigating the Alabama Department of Corrections.
Yeah, crazy shit.
It was crazy. They had sexual assault in Alabama prison. Inmates were being reported of abuse.
Saw that.
They found the fucking sword.
Right.
Big long
Sword.
Yeah, like the
machete boy.
man. They found the big long ass sword.
Was that nigga Jafar in the lab? Yeah, that nigga sword.
It's crazy because we've talked about here on this podcast again. We talked about the conditions of the prison.
They listen to us, B.
But
This ain't the first time this to happen.
But the DOJ says
What a
that Alabama
coincidence.
prisons likely violated constitutions in the conditions. The U.S. Department of Justice announced today that there was a reasonable cause to believe that the conditions in the Alabama prison violate the Constitution. In a report that includes jolting accounts of violence, death inside a crowded and dangerous, unstaffed facilities. They basically just saying that the conditions there are horrible. We know it. We know people who've been through it. We know people who are in it right now. They basically just say the conditions there are horrible. And the DOJ has found that is to be the case. Did y'all see this report? Because it was crazy.
Yeah, man.
I
got a chance to see that shit. And I think it's on a grander scale than that. I think we know that it's on a grander scale than that. It's not, we saw it on the Department of Corrections in Alabama, but we know for a fact that this is going on in probably many places. And probably damn near all places.
A lot of
jails.
them. A lot of them.
So all of them are understaffed. We've been hearing that
because
forever.
some people feel like they're criminals or they've committed some type of crime. Fuck them. Who cares? That's how some people feel. Not us.
Right.
I'm just saying that's how some people feel. But I just feel like, again, and we've talked about this on this podcast, that those people are supposed to be there. A lot of those people, the bulk of those people, will be reintegrated back into society.
They're coming back.
They're supposed to be rehabilitated there.
Right.
They're supposed to have an opportunity to be able to reintegrate into society. There needs to be programs there. There needs to be protections there for them because a lot of it says that it was violating their 8th Amendment. Whereas it's protecting them from other prisoners. And it's just not happening.
Like,
you know what I mean? We take these people, we put them there, and we don't give them any kind of skill set to be able to come back to society and be able to be a viable piece. You know what I mean? Like, those people want to come back, and some of those people want to work.
Like, let's say
Not even just a skill set. Like, you're not keeping these people safe.
right. Like, let's say one of these people was in there for weed for 4 or 5 years, and he's in there. He's being raped. His mama's being extorted. He's being beat
Which
up.
they
daily.
said. You're not making this up. This is in the report.
This is in the report.
Yes.
And let's say he comes home in 4 or 5 years. What do you think? What do you think his mind state is going to be at when he gets out? What you think he going to be doing?
No way he can be a normal citizen.
Right.
He
You
going to
can't
be a
go
lawyer?
back.
Hopefully he is, but you think
Right.
he going to be a lawyer?
I don't know. They said that the conditions are violations are severe. Serious deficiencies in staffing and supervision, overcrowding, ineffective housing. That's just some of it. Inadequate facilities to use the bathroom,
Right.
take showers,
Right.
just
listen,
inhumane.
listen to one
Food.
thing.
Pretty much.
Listen to one thing he said. They found a sword, guys.
How the hell you get a sword in jail?
A sword, nigga. Come on.
They said it was uncommon, cruel, unusual. Just listening to the shit, the adjectives that I'm using to describe the report. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. If you commit a crime, you should be punished for your crime, you should pay your debt to society.
But not in
But
those.
at the
But you
same
shouldn't be
time, that when
enslaved,
you
man.
at the same time when you're paying your debts to society, it should be in a humane way.
Right.
And for non-violent offenders and people who are there who have to come back to society, we should treat them in a different kind of way.
And that's where you get those people that say, I'm not going back to jail.
Yeah.
And they shoot it out.
shooting at cops.
Yep, we just
yeah.
talked about that.
Who wants to go back to a life
Those
like
conditions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
see what I'm saying?
when you hear those stories, you see exactly why they don't want
that?
to go
Right.
back.
Absolutely. So
Yeah,
We get it.
I don't know what's going to happen as a result. We already saw that Alabama was already online to build new
New
prisons
prisons, right.
that'll be bigger and supposed to be better facilities to house these people.
How they gonna staff them? That's what I want to know. If they understaffed,
Yeah, I ain't-
if you
somebody-
got one and they're understaffed, how you gonna staff 3?
Maybe
pay
they
them more
create
money.
jobs.
Pay
But
more money.
I just think the prison system shouldn't be a for-profit system.
Hold on, you say they'll create more jobs, but there's jobs available that they're not able to fill.
But you got to
Well, no,
understand,
no,
if it's
a lot
not
of those
paying you enough money,
facilities-
you're not going to do it.
Yeah, a lot of those facilities was not built to hold that many people.
Yeah, that's exactly what they said.
If you got 5 people in a cell with 2 beds, you know what I'm saying? Like,
if you gonna have a fight.
If you ever seen some of them, they like dorms. It's bunk beds
Right,
with
bunk
like
beds,
30,
right.
But
40,
I'm not-
50 bunk
but that's what I'm
beds
saying.
in one little
And
But I'm
one
not talking about
You
the
can't watch
living.
all them
I'm
people.
not talking about the living conditions. I'm simply talking about the staff that they have jobs available for that are not filled.
Well, that's
all
what I'm
talking
saying.
about.
it's the facility.
If you're
like
not
that
gonna-
is-
Like
yeah.
Tuz said,
You're
I
not going to
think it
pay,
bounce down to the
you
income.
can't pay me 30 grand a year to work there.
But you could pay me 30 grand at the new one.
You're not going to pay me 30 grand, period, to be a law enforcement officer inside of a prison.
So,
You're not going to do
so
that.
building new jails ups the pay grade.
It should. That's a dangerous fucking job.
I agree. It should.
I don't know the answer to this question. But what I'm thinking is by building new facilities, that comes with a budget, that comes with more money. And I'm
Right.
thinking what they're gonna do is they'll be able to up the pay
So that's
and make
what
it
I'm
more efficient. Technology makes it more efficient to be able to, because sometimes like you can create a new job in a new facility, and one person or 2 or 3 people where it took 15 people to do that job. With
Not one
technology
person.
increase can allow 3 people to be
Right.
able to man that job.
They
So-
can build it a way where maybe it's no blind spots.
I don't know. Maybe I'm being-
one person can watch a lot of people.
Yeah, it's just like
So you could build a new prison a way to need less human, interaction or
But they're
whatever.
going to need it.
And that's true. I am for the more efficient prisons if they're more technology sound and can just keep these folks safe, man. Maybe they did something. Maybe they didn't. Maybe it's something I don't feel like they should be in jail for. But if you're in jail, I feel like you should be safe. It should be a real, rehabilitation. Sorry.
Riddle me this head ass. And it's a riddle. What?
fucking with y'all.
See, you can't goddamn be serious with you fuckers for nothing.
Fuck no. We
But,
just say the moral of this is gonna be probably live life, young boy. Live life.
Live life.
Shit.
Fuck
Man,
I'm
fuck y'all. Moving on into the dummy of the week.
Dummy.
As Ty would say,
Stupid ass
stupid
dummy.
son bitch.
2 men were arrested for taking turns testing a bulletproof vest on each other.
How that conversation go?
In
Shit.
Benton County, Arkansas, police arrested 2 men after they took turns shooting one another while wearing a bulletproof resistant vest. According to a probate affidavit, basically Charles Eugene Ferris, 50, and Christopher Hicks, 36, were arrested Monday, April the 1st in connection with aggravated assault. They were released on $5,000 bond. Basically, these 2 dumbass motherfuckers was just sitting there taking turns. Hey, I'm going to shoot you. Bow. Your vest
turn.
works. My turn. I'm going to shoot you.
Question.
Bow.
Which one of these motherfuckers told?
That's the
Somebody
crazy
call
part.
the
I think somebody
Who the fuck told?
shooting or
It
something.
said that basically, to elaborate the story, they said that somebody called. They heard the shots. Somebody called the police and found Jackass 1 and 2 back.
They still had the vest on, goddamn.
My
With
God.
bullet holes in
Hey,
it.
but think about that. You had to pay.
Nigga walk to the door smoking. I ain't got no bullets in
Oh
me.
shit, that shit happened.
Man, nigga, smoke coming out his chest.
We weren't shooting each other.
And smoke
Big
comes from his
stupid
back.
motherfuckers. You done went to jail. You had to pay a $5,000 bond for sitting there shooting at one another.
Shooting at each other.
That should be punishment enough, because I'm certain that they felt some kind of
They
pain
say
from
that
that
shit
shit.
still hurt.
Fuck
Right, that's what I'm saying.
If the
they
police gotta
basically,
go out there for that, they need
were
to
shooting
be
each other
paying
with
a
a
fine.
22 caliber semi-automatic rifle.
What the fuck?
Them niggas is wild.
Yeah.
Hey, I hate to be racist. But that's some white folks shit. For real.
And they said my man, one of them niggas unloaded the whole clip.
Oh shit!
God damn.
Say he was pissed. I was pissed at him.
But
so I-
hey, you know what they said? The bulletproof vest worked.
and it said no rounds from the 22 caliber semi-automatic rifle penetrated the vest.
That shit crazy.
Hey, fool, I don't give a fuck what I got on. If one of you niggas shoot me, we ain't friends no more.
If,
I can't
man, fuck shooting. If nigga one of you niggas
man.
slap me, bro.
Hey, man.
That's
But
it.
clearly,
I don't know, Todd.
You know what?
I
That's
might
it.
fuck around.
we
told you-
missing the reason why they the dummy of the week. It's not that if one of you niggas shoot me and I got it. No, nigga, we was, hey, you want a billion idea?
Let's do it.
I'm gonna shoot you and you're gonna shoot me, goddamn
Test out
it.
the vest.
Them niggas playing
I'm not
horse.
even- yeah, you
Them
right.
niggas playing horse
Do
with
you
they
not
shit.
know you do not have to put it on to test
Right,
it?
right.
Put that bitch on a pole or something. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
I think they wanted to feel it.
Shoot. Why?
They had to have wanted to feel it, Hootie.
Apparently they wanted to
Hey, how y'all think that conversation went, though? How y'all think they went?
Hey,
Bob.
man, how about I shoot you, man? You turn around and right back, shoot me, man.
wonder-
That's how I
Yeah,
feel.
Billy Bob, that's a good idea.
Y'all,
All right,
y'all
Jim
wanna know
Bob,
what
I'm my
would be a good
first. I'm gonna
idea?
go first, Jim Bob.
Bet my
I got a good idea.
I bet my vest is better than yours. Bet my vest is better.
We're out of deer hunting season. It's time to shoot something. Why not each other?
Yes, sir. But for that, you motherfuckers are the dummy of the week.
Dummy some bitches.
Yep. And we ain't got time to play with y'all motherfuckers.
We going
no more.
party.
But look, check
Party,
this out.
party,
I missed
party.
y'all motherfuckers. I remember being in Mexico and I'm like, damn, I want a podcast. But
Here you
I'm
go.
glad to be back, man. Y'all.
Nah.
Shit, y'all motherfuckers just looked at me like
I mean, y'all cool. You know what I'm saying? I already talked to my
Oh,
friends.
here go
Y'all
this
cool,
nigga
too,
with
you know
his
what I'm saying?
shit, man.
we just said, who do you got to be more sentimental?
Yeah.
And that was it. Fuck else y'all want. I love you guys. I miss you guys.
You ain't gotta be
I,
that
don't,
way.
I ain't scared to say it. I like talking to y'all niggas. I miss my therapeuticness.
And that's
whatever
what I,
that was.
that's what I
That's my
said.
third.
I don't even know what that
And
was.
I said that at the beginning, but I was talking about talking to y'all.
This nigga walked by this bitch one more time.
There's that-
All
And then he had he walked under it.
Right.
That nigga just hopped his little happy ass all over the
Put the
fucking.
little glitter on the back of his shirt and
Yeah,
shit.
like
Dez,
it's
y'all.
Can't nobody see your
That's
reflective
Dez,
ass.
He almost like DJ the way he keep jumping in the
There's
goddamn
some about them
camera.
niggas who name that start with D. Like the
Dez.
goddamn Dez and DJ, like the camera guy.
We got my man in the building. My boy Bogan walked in there.
What's happening in the building?
Hey,
What's
shouts
happening
out
with
to
you?
him over there.
Bo gonna
Yeah, but
say-
I missed it too, though.
Bo
so
ain't
I'm
gonna
with
say
you,
nothing,
man.
but y'all crazy.
If you hadn't already figured out, I didn't attend the Mexico trip with my guys here. I was
No
fucked
shit,
up. I
Sherlock.
didn't want to goddamn watch the stories on Instagram, but I couldn't stop watching
hating.
it. So
My nigga was hating.
You was
know.
there.
I was there.
With that long ass letter that that nigga sent me a letter.
It wasn't a long ass letter.
Hey,
man.
hey, somebody knocked on the door with the little pirate scroll with the little where they put the little candle
Oh, the
wax
little
on that.
the amendments page got
That nigga shit was rusted and shit. I was like, God damn, that nigga been playing in this shit.
No, but you know, what I'm saying I couldn't be there to, you know, what I'm saying pretty much say it to him. So I just, you know, told him, you know, in the it just seemed long because it was in the text
I
message.
don't want to hear all that
You
shit.
know what? Our description this week better be on point.
Hey, yeah.
description, man.
That bitch, y'all thought that description was long. I'm telling y'all. What we,
Now, I'll put that shit
remember what
in
we
the
talking
group,
about
nigga,
when you had to
and
write
show
the
you
papers?
it wasn't that.
The
long
papers had
like
to be
he
5
I bet
pages.
you won't.
This nigga
I'll
shit
put it in the group, and it is not what he talking about.
Put it in there. Nah,
put it
this nigga shit wasn't in Courier New. I know that. That shit in Times Roman. It was all 5 pages.
Single
that we,
space.
Simple.
Single space. Single space.
But you wonder why that, you know, said we cool like that. But that's my dog. You
But
know
we-
what I'm saying? I was happy for my dog.
But we missed y'all, and we ain't gonna take no time off for a little while, man.
Right.
And we'll be back next week like we never left.
Yeah, bitch, you.
dig?
Uh-huh.
I got it.
Dummy.